What's up? What's up? What's up, Kane Nation? We back in the building, man. Let me know everything looks good. Sounds good. We ready to rock and roll and talk about these Canes. We back in the saddle and we ready to talk about it, man. Is the U back? Is the U back? Is the U back? Now, we didn't finish off last year like we wanted to. However, is the U back? Coach Cristobal did an interview with, I think his name is J.D. Piquel, if I'm saying it correctly, from On 3. And he said he cringes when he hears that. He's like, it's kind of cringy when I hear it. And he kind of talks about it. I'm going to play a little clip right here, a little short they had. Hopefully they don't copyright me, but if they do, man, y'all help go coach out, man. Golly. Give me a break. Anyway, y'all check this out. Let me know what you think, and then we'll talk about it. Let's get it rocking.
The U is back. I cringe at that all the time. It just like drives me bananas. So I've been away for 20 years, and I've watched it from afar. 3 games in, then it doesn't go as planned. And like everybody's, and I like to think in terms of Miami, or like I like to say UM, because back when I played it was UM, is here. And we have activated the most rabid, insane fan base you can imagine, and also one that really galvanizes. And that's what kind of attracted me to Miami as a player when I watched them just bring this entire community together. And I think it really hit hard when we came out of the tunnel at the Cotton Bowl against Ohio State. And that place was just going bananas and was filled up with orange and green all over the place. That was like, okay, this is now different. Like it's on. It's been, like you mentioned, it's been activated. And I think when you activate this place with the resources that we have, and you got to spend more time in Coral Gables so you can see how awesome, how different this setting is from everything else out there. It's just it's a lethal combination, and one that we're excited to just generate more enthusiasm and momentum behind. The U is back. I create.
Well, what y'all think about his explanation real quick while you think about it? Let me get a little roll call in here. Shout out to Ant. He got that fire up there, man. Adrian Kano says, yo, what's up, B. Sanson? What it do, coach? Shout out to the member in the building. Sage, what's up with you, man? How you doing? Pluck 850 from the 850 to you, baby. Let's go Canes. I'm loving it. He says, also, we ain't back. We here now. Uh-oh, somebody got to call in and explain that. Shaka, I got you on the line already. We'll take care of it. B. Sanson says yes and no. I need that number 6 in the trophy case first. Juan Manuel, get it done, Mario. Huh? David, what up, Coach and Canes fan? Appreciate another member. Motivated, dedicated, another member. Shout out to Carson Beck. Well, I tell you, them Georgia fans tough, man. Also, we got another one in the building. Hey, Coach, what's going on? Helton Sean. And Mario, and Juan, says Mario win ACC conference step 1. Well, I'll say it like this from the coach's perspective. I get why he doesn't want to say the U is back, and I get why he's cringy. He was a part of phenomenal teams, back in his playing days, and coming around, like he said, he'd been away from it for 20 years, and they always start off good and just kind of go off the edge of the cliff. So I get that. But he knows in the back of his mind, and he knows, when he laying in the bed at night and he look over at his wife, he like, yeah, baby, we back. We back. And as a coach, there's certain things you want to say, but there's certain things you can't say, right? And you do that because of several different reasons. You want to always leave that room for betterment, as we say in the coaching profession, for betterment. I want to get better. I want guys to have something to strive towards. If you tell the team you're back, then what are they aiming for? What is the goal? As the old saying is, how do you upgrade number 1? Well, we technically can't be number 1 because we didn't win the trophy. However, when you put that kind of thing out there, you may lose those guys. You want to always keep that little room where you can get better, and perfect. Now, that interview was probably about 20 minutes long, and I thought it was very interesting. There were a lot of things in there he talked about recruiting. JD asked him several questions. They talk about strength and conditioning, guys coming back. They talked about Darian Mintz as a quarterback, his role so far, what he's doing. there with the players, Malachi Tony, so forth. But he said something that really caught my attention. He said, well, two things he said. One, when you get a place like Miami, and I'm paraphrasing here, and you infuse resources, there's no better place. But the thing that really caught my attention when he said in the interview, I don't think he said in that clip, if we see somebody we want, we're going to launch and we're going to go get them. We're going to go get them. So if there's a person or a player, in essence, that they really want, he's basically saying if he's on the table, we're doing all we can for that player acquisition. I'll leave it to your interpretation, however you choose to interpret that. As Mario and Cristobal and the staff are doing, they are killing it on the recruiting trail. He understands the work and the grind and all of that good stuff. Here's what I would love to hear, and I know they're not going to say it. Coaches don't say these things. But a large percent of that interview, he's talking about getting better. We got to get better. We got to get better and better. And I understand that's the coach speak. What I would love to hear, because he talked about them being teachers, but what I would love to hear is, where do you think your deficiencies were this year? And I don't ever expect him to say this publicly. I'm not saying that. I'm just posing thought right now. I would love to hear what he has to say in a staff meeting about getting better. Because we can always get better. Everybody can get better. But what are you getting better at? Is it preparation? Is it keeping guys healthy? I thought Miami overall this season did a pretty good job with the injury bug, keeping them away. Yeah, we had some guys banged up, but that's football. But we're talking about, Miami has been historically over the past 20 years riddled with injuries. And this year, I think they were probably at a program low within the past 20 years. So I would love to hear or find out, as the head coach, when you sit back and you evaluate this program, and you evaluate this team, and you evaluate this season, what are the top 3 things that stood out to you that you think you could have gotten better at? Now, will he ever answer that question publicly? Probably not, as he shouldn't. I get it. I understand that. But for me, my number one, and I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to be the guy that's going to keep talking about this and keep talking about this until a change is made. The number one thing I think, and y'all might see this as being not a big deal, but in football, small things make big differences. The number one thing I believe the Miami Hurricanes need to put us over the top is not talent. I think we got plenty of talent. We got a lot of guys coming back. We fill some gaps with transfer portal. I think Coach Cristobal and the staff do a great job understanding that balance between high school and transfer portal. Not strength and conditioning. I think we look strong. I think we look fast. We look limber. We look agile. We look quick. It's not my number one, but I will say we still need a guy that can stretch the field. That's not. Is a trusted voice upstairs. Is a trusted voice upstairs offensively and defensively. We need to have someone with the eye in the sky because it don't lie. I think the person upstairs, and I've done a short about it, I equated it to, I made a parallel to the sniper and the spotter in the military. Spotter gets all the love, a.k.a. the play caller and Shannon Dawson. But the spotter is the coach upstairs who nobody knows. But the number one thing, in my opinion, for Miami to get over the hump this year and going forward is the guy upstairs or guys upstairs, offensively and defensively. You have to have a guy upstairs that can see the entire field and can pass down information to the play caller so he can make a better choice of play calls. One thing about being at eye level, and if you've ever been to a football game and you sat, even if you sat in the first through 10 rows of a football game, it's the worst view in the house. You know it and I know it when it comes to the game. If you sat in the first 10 rows of a stadium, not basketball now, I'm talking about football. When you sat in the first 10 rows of the game, you can't tell me that you saw what happened on the other side of the field. What you got to do? Stand up. Oh, what happened? What? Or look up at the Jumbotron. So what about the guy that's 10 or 15 feet below you that's standing on the sideline? Can he truly see the blocking scheme from a defensive perspective? Can he really understand that they pinned and pulled him? Can they say that they reach blocking on the edge? Are they push cracking with the receiver to the safety? Are they bringing an extra lineman in to play tight end? That is the problem. And that is the person upstairs, in my opinion, that is going to make a difference going forward, offensively and defensively, for my beloved Miami Hurricanes. Real quick, shout out to Blue Bronco 48 for the $2. Coach, can I get a Go Canes? You sure enough can, man. Matter of fact, take this. $2? Think we are cheap around here? Man, I give you 2 of those. How about that? That crap out of here, man. Put another 2 zeros behind it, and you might get a little something. Put 2 zeros behind that and see what happens. Man, where's anything is everything? I bet he probably late. I bet he late. Oh, of course he late. Yo, look, there you go. What's good, coach? Late? Yep, I know you late. Ha ha. He said 1-0. No, sir. Better go ask Mike Norvell. Go ask Mike Norvell for another 0. Same way he spent that money on that My Little Pony cake he got for Kamani McLean singing happy birthday. Bro, I ran into that video the other day. That's the funniest thing in the world, bro. Amazing. Ooh, Clinton Porter's next running back coach. We could definitely chop that up. Everybody talking about it. Should he be the next running back coach? I think the running back coach we had, he went to the Cardinals, if I'm not mistaken. Went to the Cardinals. Or going to the Cardinals. I'm not sure. I think that's what I heard. But anyway, we in the building. Let me go ahead and build this queue up. 862-799-9956. Please feel free to call on in. It is February. We're about to have a lot of fun. We'll get this thing rocking and rolling. I appreciate y'all. 86 and climbing in the building. We are on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitter, aka X. So if you are, please share it around. I would really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Anyway, like I said, we're not gonna be on here long tonight. I know I love lying to you, but we're gonna get it rocking. Anyway, we in the building. I got my man Shaka on the line. Please feel free to call in 862-799-9956. Is the you back? I put a poll up as well. And 73% of you all say yes, 27% says no. Well, let me know. I want to hear the yeses and the no's. I want to hear the people that say, yes, we're back, or tell me why we're not back. Some people say we got to win a chip in order to get back, to be considered back. You understand? So we're going to find out. Do I think we're back? In my coach voice, no, we're not back. I think we made a statement, but we're not back. We are not back. I have to be honest. We're not back. We're not back. Shout out to Pilo in the building, man. The best channel on YouTube, Coach Hates Football. Appreciate you, Pilo. Man, much love. Hey, how y'all like that new intro, man? Y'all check it out, man. The new intro, man. I think it go hard. What y'all let me know? You already know. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play it one more time before I get to these phone lines. We got 98 in the building to climb. I'm gonna play that just so I can take a quick swig of the cane juice, and then we're gonna come back in with Shaka on the line.
Game ain't based on sympathy. Remember that.
You already know. Get off, somebody gon' pull out your shit. Get off, everybody gon' pull out your shit. Pull out your shit, 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 pull out your shit. Get off.
We in the building, baby. Talk to us, Shaka. You on the line? We live.
Couple things, Coach.
What's up, man?
You made some good points, man. We could use somebody to take the top off. The eye in the sky. I don't know if that's what we're missing, but it makes sense. We could use that. We could add that on. We are back, though. I respectfully disagree. I say we back because I don't want to be too premature. I know we ain't got a natty yet, but for me, I feel like we back because I feel like the direction Mario got the recruiting going in, I don't see that stopping anytime in the near future. I feel like right now, how I'm looking at it, the floor is 10 wins. I think we work out like we got the 13 this year, came up short in natty. I think we go anywhere from 10-2 to 12-0 from here on out, pretty much. I think 10 wins is our floor. And one of the main reasons I say we back too, because I'm looking at it as far as South Florida recruiting, I think for years now, all these years we were sorry. You know, a lot of kids in the area, they was hearing from parents and uncles and aunties and everybody what the U was, but they had never seen it for themselves. They had never felt the energy at the crib when the U was home.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this year right here, they got a taste of that. Like, it's like you've been hearing from your daddy and your uncle and your brother what the U was, but this year, they actually got a pulse of what the crib feel like when the U is on. Like, it changed the energy of the whole area, man. The city is a different city when the U is on. And I think for the first time, the kids felt that. And it's like, oh, okay, this is what it's like when the U is popular. I think they got a sniff of that, a taste of that. And I think the kids going to keep coming. And I think what happens is, like years ago, I went to JUCO out in Cali.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it was a bunch of dudes from Florida out there in JUCO, and the Cali boys trying to compete with us, trying to tell us they better. But what happens is when you got a bunch of dudes from Florida, South Florida in particular, the best players from other places end up wanting to play with that to show that they could. If you remember, Randy Moss went to FSU at first. You know we don't like the Seminoles, whatever. But Randy went to FSU at first because as good as he was good as anybody in the country, but he gonna want to go mix it up with them Florida boys and show that, hey, I could put on this stage with y'all boys. And I think that's what's gonna happen going forward with us as far as, it's like, yeah, if you the best player out of Cali or Texas or Tennessee, Alabama, them dudes is gonna want to come show that, hey, I could play with Malachi Tony, I could play with Ruben Bain.
Mm-hmm.
I could get on the, you know what I'm saying? Like I mix with that, I fit with that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think we on. I think the natty, hopefully it's this year, we go back to back and we finish it. But I think it's inevitable that we get the job done at some point. That the natty gonna take care of itself, man. As long as we keep doing what we're doing, we recruit the way we're recruiting, and just keep the building blocks going, it'll take care of itself, man. We'll get our 6th one. And then from there we just keep it going, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think we back. in the big picture thing. You can't never win them all. When ain't nobody gonna win that every year now. But
So
I think from this point on, year in and year out, we in the mix. Put it like that.
all right.
Year in and year out, we in the
Okay.
mix.
So what constitutes being back then? Being in the
Being
mix.
in the mix, year in and year out. For me, I ain't unrealistic to think no team gonna win it every single year. I ain't no fool.
Well, what's the okay? So
As
then let
great
me
as we
scale that
was
back
in
then.
the day. We ain't win it every year, but
All right. Well, let me scale that back
it was
then. What does being in the mix mean?
for me, I'll say being realistic. Like I said, worst case, off year. I mean, to me, worst case, a terrible year, absolutely terrible year. We got a 9-win season, but year in and year on from here on out, like if Mario stays 5-10 more years, I see us going anywhere from 10-2 a down year to 12-0 running two.
All right. Let me ask you. Okay. So
you're gonna have off years where you graduate players or you lose key players. You might win 10 that year, whatever the case might be, but could be 11-1, 12-0.
all right.
Stuff like that in that range. You know what I'm saying?
So what if I told
For
you?
me, that's
All right. Let me give you some
Go ahead,
records.
Coach, my bad.
No, you're good. So let me give you some records. If I said we go 10-3, 12-1, 11-2, 10-2, 11-1. You said down year, 9-4, 10-3, 14-2, and 10-2. But we don't win any natties. Are we back?
Are we back? No. We gotta get put it like this. We gotta get at least one natty in the next. Conservatively, the next handful of years, I like to say the next year or two, but the next handful of years, we gotta get at least one natty. We gotta finish the deal now. But
okay.
With that said, yeah, we can't never not win it now. We gotta win one. We gotta get number 6 because I'm a U historian, coach, and when I really look at it, like all the way back to the Jerome Brown team, we supposed to win against Penn State in '86.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State robbed us with their referee call. We supposed to won this one this past year. Really and truly, the year before the 01 team in 2000, if you remember, we beat Florida State head up. Both of us had one loss, and they let them play Tennessee for it. We were supposed to win it in 2002, so technically you could have every bit of 9-10 rings right now, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't come together like that. But yeah, we got to finish the deal now. With all that being said, I don't want to just keep going 10-2, 7-1, 12-0 forever and don't get no ring. We need a ring now, but like I said, I think that'll take care of itself. We're gonna get one, man. We're gonna get one.
So I think that's what's stopping me. But that's what's stopping me, Shaka, from saying we're back yet.
I feel you.
Right? No.
Yeah,
And so for me, to that point, because what I don't want to be is what I just said. What team do you think that was? I read off their record for the past, I think, 10 years. You know what team that was?
Who that was? Notre Dame or somebody?
Notre Dame, bro.
No.
Notre Dame. I don't want to be them. I don't want to.
No. When you put it like that, yeah. That's why I say we got to win one now.
Yeah.
We got to close the deal at least one term now.
Yeah, like I don't want to be them dudes. Like, and they went to a natty like we didn't win it. That's fair. But heck no.
But yeah. Well, early. You probably don't remember this, Coach. Earlier this year, one of my first times calling in, I got into a little mini debate with 12, and I was telling them I felt like we was back. This before the Louisville and SMU losses, and I told them I felt like we was gonna run the table on our schedule. I guess I ended up eating a little crow mid-season. But we bounced back, and I feel like for the most part I proved to be right about that. We came up short in that game, but people forget now. One thing that bothered me this year when they were saying, "Oh, y'all lost to Louisville and SMU," they left out the fact that in that 2-game losing streak, we were missing 8 starters. So it killed me how everybody said, "Oh, Jeremiah ain't play against Indiana when he was banged up against Indiana when they lost to Indiana." Well, damn, when we lost our 2 games, we had 8 starters out. That don't mean nothing. And they never mentioned that fact. You know what I'm saying? 8 starters out the game on that 2-game losing streak. So that played in us losing. Then when we got healthy, we went on a run. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I feel like, long story short, Coach, I think we will get a natty sometime in the next couple few years. Hopefully this year, like I said. And from there on out, man, I see these floors like we about to lock South Florida and Florida as a whole down again. It's on, man. Like I don't see how they stop it.
I'm here for it, bro. I'm here for it. Like I said, I'll just say, like I said before, Shaka, I think that you can have a lot of talent, but the higher you get up that ladder, meaning going towards a national championship, talent starts to level off, right?
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
And it even proves with our old Miami Hurricane teams, right? We lost to Penn State, lost to Ohio State, right? It wasn't a blowout. It was a fight. Because the higher you get on that ladder, like you get to the top of the mountain, the less room it is for people to stand up there. That's why I get real sharp at the top. And so
it's funny you say that, Coach. Earlier this year when we beat Notre Dame by 3, that's one of the things me and 12 debated. Matter of fact, now that you say that, because 12 was saying, "Oh, we only beat them by 3." I'm like, well, damn, don't act like all the way back to the Melvin Bratton teams, to the 01 teams. If you remember in 01, Ed Reed took the ball from what's his name and ran it. Like, we barely squeaked away against Boston College. So even if you go 13-0, it's close games. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have battles to your point. So
for sure, yeah. I don't think every game is gonna be a blowout. I do believe that's also an unreal expectation. If you're blowing teams out like that left and right, you have a phenomenal team. But you're also doing some coaching in there. And here's what I will say, and this is why I'm bringing this back up, not to be a Debbie Downer, but from a coach's perspective, our job, or even a leader's perspective, let me just say it this way. From a leader's perspective, I don't care what you lead, whether you own a company, you lead troops in the battle, you are the police chief, you run a construction company, whatever you lead at, whoever's the person that's the top of the food chain, the CEO, the president of the university, whatever, their job is not to harp on the things you did right. Their job is to find the problems, the chink in the armor, so things don't go wrong. I always tell people this. I always tell people this.
Complacency and all that. Right?
Yeah, but you never lose your job, right? You don't keep a job because you did something right 200 times. Most people lose their job because the one time it went wrong. Right?
Right.
Think about this. A boss or, the head honcho, if there is a big something going on in a company and it's bad, nobody's going to say, well, what about the 200 times he did it, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da? No, that one time can end your whole career. So you're always fighting to eliminate that. And that's what coaches do. And you've heard Nick Saban say this. He knows after he wins the Natty, and you see Mario Cristobal done this as well. Right after the Natty, I think he gave them Tuesday off, but Wednesday they were on the road. Why? Because they know the problem that's coming is holes in the roster, and we got to fix it right now.
Oh,
we don't have time to go. Yeah, no, Shaka, we ain't got time to celebrate because the longer you wait, the other teams are going to be plucking those players.
Well, I'm glad you say that. Well, again, that's why I say realistically, ain't nobody gonna win it every year because you're gonna get got at some point now, or it's gonna be years you might have the top 3 recruiting class where that class don't live up to what you thought it was. Sometimes you think you got it right, but some of them dudes don't pan out the way you thought what they was, and now you fall off a little bit. But that's another reason I think we back, Coach, because I think for years we just had to show the kids in South Florida. We just had to give them something on the field to believe in, man. Now that they've seen that, I just think that it's going to be a snowball effect, and it's South Florida kids probably different, and that's why I respect Mario saying what he's saying as far as making them cringe, because I know people don't want to hear that, but I think he got the right outlook overall. To your point, you know what I'm saying? You made me think of something, Coach, when you say that's why he got back on the road. Another reason why I feel like we back. I seen a show the other day. I think it was on Lockdown Kings on one of them shows. They was talking about how this year's D line could compare to the line that we just lost with Ruben and Mesidor and them boys. And for me, I'm looking at it like obviously Ruben and Akeem Mesidor is now they came legends, all-time greats and everything, and they're gonna go down in the books. But I look at what Lightfoot and Blunt, for example, did this year in limited snaps, and I could see them two kids, for example, with increased snaps, increased reps. I see them kids putting up some really respectable numbers. Maybe not quite what Akeem or Ruben did, but I think they could do a good imitation. And then I look at, from everything I looked into last year, the kid Hayden Lowe, by all accounts in the program, was being compared to Ruben as a freshman. So I think he's gonna make an impact. People forgetting about that.
Okay.
You got people forget the kid Cole McConaughey out of Alabama was hurt this past year, but 2 years ago, as a true freshman, he got reps. It's a reason they didn't ask him to transfer. They know that kid could play. He can play. He played as a freshman along with Ruben. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of depth. Then you bring in the kid Damon Wilson from Missouri, is a 9+ sack guy at Missouri in the SEC. That's a 9-sack guy in the SEC. You mix that all together, that's the kind of thing that lets me know that we back. When you lose two ends, for example, the caliber of Akeem and Ruben, and you're not really worried about that position no more, that speaks a lot to that means it's a lot in your cupboard, man. It's a lot of Mario's done a great job. People got to give a man credit, for whatever the Georgia Tech game happened a few years ago. I know we was all upset, but in the big picture of things, the man done a great job as far as when you can lose a Ruben Bain and Akeem Mesidor, and you're not in a panic about that position.
Well, I'll say this, Shaka, real quick. I'll say this as we get ready to push on, because I got the Bora tour back there. But I don't ever think player acquisition was in question for Mario Cristobal. I don't ever think him not being able to acquire talent to this roster was ever in question. Y'all gonna kill me for saying it.
It was a game day thing, right?
It was always game day things. And I know y'all gonna kill me. Lord, I'm trying not to do this, but I wouldn't be.
I ain't trying to overtalk you, Coach. I promise. All due respect. If I could I'm glad. I just want to just at least get my little thought off on that. My thing with Mario is, like, I go back to the Georgia Tech game, for example. I was as upset as anybody about that. It's times early on where I was like, man, I get emotional, get up out of here, get him out of here, whatever. But as I said, in the big picture of things, the man has done a great job in the big picture of things. I feel like, just like even with Dawson, people like get rid of Dawson. But at the end of the day, have they been perfect? No. But in the big picture of things, man, I feel like the same way players develop and get better, so do coaches. Like, I seen the thing where Jimmy Johnson said the first year he coached high school ball, he went 0-10. Right. So what if nobody would have let Jimmy Johnson coach again? You know what I'm saying? But the same way a player gets better, get in the weight room, get bigger, stronger, faster, coaches got to go through different situations to where, like, if people lie, as much as everybody on Nick Saban's job right now, you lying if you say, well, Nick Saban was at Michigan State, you felt the same way about him. Nick Saban wasn't the same coach at Michigan State. You know what I'm saying? He developed into what he became later. You gotta see all these different situations to where you get to the point where now you this veteran coach that's seen everything and can handle every scenario, and it don't just happen overnight because soon as somebody put a cap on your head and call you coach. Like you got to, it's the same thing as a player.
All
Players
right.
got to go through scenarios. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
People,
get
just
it.
think
So
people don't give
I'll
coaches that room.
right. So here's what
Bro.
I'll say. Here's what I will say, because I'm gonna go back to that point. And I think what you said is 100% valid. You do have to give coaches a chance to grow and mature and learn, and you can't beat experience when it comes to this job. 1,000%. But I'm gonna kind of jump backwards to what I was getting ready to say, and then I'm gonna come back and kind of talk about what you just said. The question about Coach Cristobal coming to this job was never, could he recruit? Could he bring guys in? Could he fill this roster with talent? The question mark was game day decisions, right?
Yeah.
That was a big one. And like I said, I don't want to be that guy, but I won't be Coach Hayes if I don't say this. I believe we lost that natty because of that particular reason. We did not do the things we could. We didn't lose the game because they were just a better talented team than us. We clearly had better talent. It came down to game day decisions. Whatever that may be.
But then,
hold on, but hear me out. But hear me out.
Go ahead, go. My bad.
I don't want to finish. Hear me out and hear why I say what I'm saying. This is not a knock. I'm stating the obvious here.
I got you.
When people say, which I've never believed, I don't personally believe this, meaning that Coach Cristobal interferes. Now, I will say he may have a philosophy in which he would like, and if you want to consider that interfering, then well, I'm wrong. But I mean, like game day, I don't believe he interferes with play calling. Like he ain't like, hey, Shannon Dawson, do this. On game day, on the national championship, I damn sure wish he would have jumped in and said, Coach, run outside zone, gap scheme, off tackle. I wish he would have stepped in.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you is sometimes you can become your own Achilles heel, and that's the juggling act as a coach. You got to let your coaches coach. But when do you intervene? You know, I'm the king of analogies. It's like when you're teaching your kid to drive, your son or your daughter, whatever. You in the passenger seat. You see the car veering off the road, but you don't want to grab the steering wheel too quickly because it's going to make them nervous. But you are prepared to grab that steering wheel when it's getting out of control. Because at some point, if the kid doesn't realize they're going off the road, you ain't going to just stay there and let them kill both of you because you want them to learn a lesson. You know the car is veering off the road, but you don't panic or grab the wheel and make them nervous, but you're monitoring it real close. And the closer you get, the closer, and eventually you got to make a decision. I got to grab the wheel. Hold up, hit the brakes, baby. Hold on, slow down, slow it down. Here we go. Right?
Well, Coach, if I could, I agree with you. I'm in the middle with you. I think you're absolutely making some valid points. I think that's spot on. I'm in the middle with that. Like you said, I think clearly, like you said, there was some things that could have, like I said, it wasn't perfect. Neither one of them it could have been improvements made in the way they coached the game. Obviously, we lost the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm in the middle because at the same time, granted they made some mistakes, and I agree 100% as far as the off tackle and everything, and sticking to the running game a little bit more. But at the same time, with the next breath, I can't leave out the fact, and like you said, you hate to be the one to bring that up about Mario. I hate to bring this up about certain kids, and God bless them, may they go to the league and make $1 zillion, but I can't leave out the fact that 87 let a man jog around him and block him. Man, the man jogged around this man,
but listen, Shaka,
you go back,
you're right.
Really look at the block punt.
Yeah,
man,
but Shaka, wait,
slow as dirt.
But Shaka, wait a minute. You know what? Wait a minute, Shaka. You're right.
I can't.
Shaka, hold on.
Coaching,
I know. Man, yeah, you can. You know why you can? Because he had been doing it all game. See, go back and watch all of the punts. He was lackluster blocking entire game. And in my opinion,
So was okay.
Hold on.
What's number 32 name in the backup linebacker?
Hold on.
With them holdings, he was doing the same thing the whole game too. But they didn't have nobody else to put in there. Lofton was hurt. What they was gonna do? They got to go who they had.
But what I'm saying is, did anybody? My question is, did anybody bring it to his attention? That's all I'm saying. Did just
bring it to whose attention? The player?
to 87. Because see, as a player, hold on, just listen to me for 87.
No, I got you.
Doesn't realize the strategy. He is a soldier. He's out there. Oh, that guy ain't coming. That guy ain't coming. And this is why I said the upstairs guy is so important. And I need to go back and recant what I just said. And not just offense, defense, but as well as special teams. We need to have 3 trusted voices, because I guarantee if I could interview Kurt Signetti, I guarantee somewhere in that conversation, they said, Coach, we could try this dude. He ain't been blocking like that all game. There's somebody upstairs looking, because we got an Aussie style kicker. And remember, they tried to come get it. They showed it one time. And so when the Aussie style kickers see that much pressure, they don't roll. They just kick it immediately. And he shanked it.
Yeah.
Once he shanked it, they said, oh, he shook. Now, if we show this much pressure, they're going to change up. We're just going to bring this guy off the edge, and we're going to see if we can get it. And they did, because 87 have been lackluster the entire game. That's back to coaching. I'm not blaming Mario. I don't expect Mario Cristobal to see that. But what I do expect is the person on his staff. Hold on. What I expect is the person on his staff that he has hired. That is your job to see that.
That's fair.
Let me get this dono out right quick. To Daryl Harris for the $10. Thank you. Your opinion, what the guys from Kane's Insight said. Do you think Judd, I guess you're talking about Judd Anderson, should try playing tight end? No. Judd Anderson, I don't want to be this guy, but I'll be this guy. This is no knock on him, but if he transfer, I'm not mad at it. I was never impressed with the pick coming out of high school. I thought it was a how do you call it? A developmental scholarship, meaning let's just see. I was never impressed with him. This is not a knock to Judd Anderson. It's just my opinion. He should transfer to another program and go play some football, man. I don't think he ever plays at the University of Miami. I don't want to get a guy that played quarterback that doesn't seem to be overly tough to go play in a tough position. The biggest problem we've had with our tight ends since Will Mallory is the blocking, the physicality of them, except Arroyo. I have to say this, even Lofton. He's not the most physical when we blocking. I'm just calling a spade a spade. He'll put his shoulder in there. But we're talking about taking it personal. Let's stop giving out Camilla House tickets here. This ain't a soup kitchen. I'm just saying, this ain't a soup kitchen, bro. Go find a real tight end, or go find you a big body, or how about we do what the world Indiana did? Put an extra offensive lineman in there. Because you know what? We sure go put that other lineman in there when we want him at fullback. What's his name? Not Lichtenstein. What was that? The dude, the Polynesian cat. 55. Where he actually helped my man get in. Remember, he pushed him. He was laying on the ground and he pushed him over. Alofa Tui. Alofa Tui.
Oh, okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, I ain't here for these tweeners. I don't want to get a guy that, No, go get a guy that you know. That's all I'm saying. And that's just my opinion. So to Daryl Harris, thank you for the $10, brother. I do appreciate it. And no, I highly disagree with Judd Henderson. I think that because he's 6'7" or whatever, and they think he, bro, let's get stop. Stop. We got to stop sometimes. But I appreciate it. All right. E. Brown on the line. Talk to me. Give me your last point.
I'm going to give you one last thing, Coach.
Yes, sir.
You just hit on it when you said about Lofton. He ain't the greatest blocker, but he'll stick his shoulder in there.
Mhm.
And that's all we wanted out of 87. That's my problem with the block punt right there, man. Even if you're gonna get your ass ran over, even if you gotta get a hold of, man, he stuck his pinky out there at this man. Come on, man. You hit the man with a shoulder get now the man who blocked the kick was a 3 technique, if I'm not mistaken, or a nose guard by trade. Because he was in their rotation on the D line.
Mhm.
He was a big D lineman. So maybe he felt like dude had a few pounds on him, was a little too physical for him. But whatever the case is, get your ass ran over. Put a shoulder on him, get in the way. Man, you just let the man.
But you got to
Anyway,
understand.
I can't put that on coaching. And also, y'all gonna get mad at you, like how you say you don't want to say that about Mario.
Mhm.
I don't care what nobody tells me. We had the ball on the 41 that last play, and this bum quarterback we had underthrew the ball by a dozen yards, man. Ain't nowhere in the world, man. So I can't put that on coaching, man. This man threw the ball all inside and 12 yards short. I can't put that on no coach. That ain't no coach fault. You threw the ball short like a dummy. Man, come on, man. Let's be real here, man. That's all I'm saying, man. I hate to, like you say, you don't want to put that on Mario. I don't want to do the kid like that. But at the end of the day,
no, he got to own that. He threw it
short.
No. You got to own
put
that.
that on the coach. That's not a coach's fault.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that play. But I'll just say this. Appreciate it, man. Let me get E Brown on here because ain't nobody want to call in. No, you good, man. You good. Much love, Shaka. Appreciate you,
we
baby.
Back, though. We back.
We back at it for sure.
Yes,
yeah, real quick, I'll say this. Like he said, no, I can't put that last throw on a coach. But we're talking about the totality of the game. And also about 87, Bowman, I believe. We're talking about the individual play. But back to what I was saying. The car, back to my analogy, the car was veering off the road. When was anybody going to say, hey, man, hit the brakes? You have to remember how this game works. The play that you see now usually was set up a quarter or 2 quarters ago. Every time we punt, I wish I could play it without getting the copyright. And we did it actually in the Discord. The punt, he was the same lackluster on every punt. So as a player, they're not coming to get it once. Yeah, they're not coming to get it twice. Yeah, they're not coming to get it 3 times. Yeah, they're not coming to get it 4. And when they find, that's why plays work. The people in the booth, I keep talking about this, they have a job. That's what they're looking. They ain't up there just eating sunflower seeds because you see them spitting them in a cup. They working. When you look at punt, it's no different than I'm on defense and I'm in the booth and I'm looking at pass protection. And somebody says, dang, coach, why the running back didn't step wide when they showed the overload? Because my tendency says that he's a gap filler. So he likes to fill the gap. We're going to bring it wide. That's coaching. So when we talk about individual plays, yes, you're 1,000% right. It is on that particular player. However, that player is usually getting exposed because they saw something lacking and they took advantage of it. He was lackluster on the first punt block, lackluster on the second punt, lackluster on the third, lackluster on the fourth. And he fell asleep out there. Because not one time did somebody say, hey, check Bowman. The dude is not stepping in front of him. He whiffing. He just pushing them by. They're going to come and try and block it. That's football. How about this? We do it to defensive ends. To defensive backs all the time. You see teams running hitch. What does the coach go and say? Hey, dog, be careful for the hitch and go. Hey, don't jump on these hitches right now. We in cover 3. We give up the hitches. We gonna rally and tackle it. Don't bite on the hitch in cover 3. You got to be conscious of the hitch and go. Now we're in cover 2. Take your penitentiary chance. Go get it, baby. But you know what the guy upstairs is saying? Hey, coach, they was in cover 3. He getting impatient. He ready to jump one of them. We can hit him with the hitch and go. That's why it works. That's why it works. Because there's a dude upstairs that's watching it. Coach, 29, OJ Frederick looking a little antsy. He ready to jump one. And every now and then, a player makes a player's play and takes a penitentiary chance and does something he's not supposed to do. I.e., I'll go back to Travis Hunter against Texas Christian in that very first game when he picked off that thing on the end zone. That was not his play. He took a penitentiary chance, but he made a play. But that was not his play. That's all. So when I'm talking about this, so when I talk about coaching and I talk about game day, that's why I brought up the one thing that I saw was the people upstairs. And I've been saying 2, but it's 3. All 3 phases: offense, defense, and special teams. Matter of fact, E. Brown, I know you're on. Oh, Black Butterfly, what's up? Remember, I'm gonna tell y'all about. I hope my homeboy watching this. I'm gonna put this on the screen. I got a short, right? I'm gonna show y'all something because I talk about this all the time. Hold up, swole up. This is hilarious. Uh-oh. This is hilarious because I want people to understand what I'm talking about. Let me go back. Is important. That person upstairs is important. That's your spotter. That is your spotter. The sniper, follow me now, Hurricane Pete. The sniper gets all the credit, but the spotter is the brains behind the operation. That's all I want to say. Look who read this. This is my dog right here. I always talked about him being upstairs. He said, glad to see you give props, but next time you can say my name. For all those years I was up in the booth having your back. You know what I responded to him? I said, laugh out loud. I talk about it all the time on here. You were spot on, man. This was my trusted voice. Shout out to Kent Forbes. Shout out to Kent Forbes. I say him all the time. And he wasn't even on the coaching staff, but he was a trusted voice. I trusted what he said. He gave me information. That's all he did. Never told me what play to run, what blitz. Coach, they got the reach block on you to the far side. Just spitting information. Down and distance. Coach, 3rd and 8 right here. Just giving information. And it's funny. I put that video out and he says on here, glad to see you giving props, but next time you can say my name. For all those years I was up in the booth having your back. And I said, laugh out loud. I talk about all the time on here. You were spot on, man. And that's my dog, Kent Forbes. I said his name, whole government name, government. It is so important. It is so important. Sorry, I don't know what's going on right now. Oh, Lord, I done messed up. Hold on, Lord. Oh, Lord. Hold on, y'all. I done messed my whole screen up. Did I lose y'all? There's all kind of foolishness going on right now. I done jacked the whole thing. All my monitors. Oh, Lord. I got it. Okay, I'm back. All right. Let me get E. Brown. Matter of fact, E. Brown, I know you can wait because you like to close it out. I'm not going to be on here too much longer. Black Butterfly, I'm going to let her come on. I know she's going to kill Carson Beck. She hates that dude. He finna get this work. But that's why I said what I said. Somebody else said something really quickly on here. Y'all hit the like button, Jack. Shout out to Google Man. Hey, Google Man, where you get this 90s R&B picture from, boy? Shout out to Google Man on this thing. Half of the chat have hit the like button. Smash the like button, Jack. But my dog looking like a straight 90s R&B. Singing in the rain. With two dudes in the back doing a two-step. Oh, Black Butterfly. Talk to me.
Hey, put me on with E. Brown.
Oh, Lord. I'm going to let you go first. It's going to go left if E. Brown come on. It's going to go left.
No, it's not, because I need to be muted anyway. I just walked in the door.
Here we go. Boy, I tell you. Hey, see what happened, fella? Ladies love calling the shots, boy. They call in. Gonna get on. Put me on with E. Brown. I need to be muted anyway. Talk to a Black Butterfly. Yeah, she right. I'm gonna go ahead and mute her. She all types. Sound like she fell down the stairs. All right, E. Brown, talk to me.
Hey, I have the utmost respect for Black Butterfly, so there's nothing going to get out of hand with her on the phone. But I listen now. I mean, you spent the last 30 to 45 minutes, patting yourself on the back, and deservedly so. You were absolutely correct about the punter. I mean, the guy blocking for the punt. So we went from talking about is you back to rehashing the football game all over again and coming to the same equation that you were right. Okay, mm-hmm. So I'm just going to submit that you were right.
What was I right about, E. Brown?
Pointed it out.
What were I right about? I'm
pointed it out.
Pointing out what?
Okay, so all right, since you want to be you want to show a little narcissism, I'm going to follow with your narcissistic ways. You were right because you said that the guy was lackadaisical with blocking. You were absolutely correct about that. You were also right that we should have been running more to the outside. You were absolutely correct about that. You're absolutely correct. But I'm still going to say that we lost because we committed one more mistake in Indiana. That's what I'm saying. So can we both be narcissistic and right at the same time? No. It's
okay. It's only enough room. It's only enough room in this town for one of us, and you got to go. So
okay, move. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. And moving on. Now the thing is, it's about the you being back. I mean, it's a catchy phrase that was said maybe 12, 15 years ago, and it's just stuck around. I mean, the University of Miami blueprint was made from 1983 until 2002. When we're back, when we say when you're back, you have to be. Can we agree that the football life, there are 4 phases in the football life, correct? Can we agree to that? 4 phases of football life. That is high school, college, NFL, Hall of Fame. When the University of Miami was preeminent and prominent, we were significant in all phases of those, all 4 of those phases. The high school kids wanted to come to the University of Miami to play because their winning mentality. When they got to the University of Miami, we won.
Okay.
When they went into the NFL,
the players who left the University of Miami because they were developed and they were talented, they excelled on the football field. After they concluded their NFL career, what happened? They got voted into the NFL Hall of Fame. That's when you could really say the U is back. Once we start seeing our players matriculate into the Hall of Fame,
I don't know about that.
then you can say we're back.
Can I say this? Hold on, can I say this, E. Brown?
Let me throw my soliloquy out there, Coach, right quick. The reason I say that is when the Little League kids, when the University of Miami was a top-notch football team, we won 5 national championships. Kids on the Little League field wanted to be Hurricanes. When they got into high school, they wanted to be Hurricanes. Eventually, they get to college, they get into the NFL, they remain Hurricanes. They would always talk about the U when they were introduced, the U. And then eventually they got into the NFL. That's what I call being back. Just because we won 13 games last year, that's not a reason to say, hey, the U is back. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. I'll just say this before I respond to Juan on here. But I think if players go to the NFL and go to the Pro Hall of Fame, that definitely puts extra sauce on a program being back. But I can't how do I say this? I can't judge my college team on what they do in the pros. I have to judge my college team on being back by what they do for my college team. Because here's what I'm going to tell you. Based on what you just said, the University of Miami has way more players drafted, according to Streeter, in the NFL than any other ACC team in the past 15 years or whatever he said. And we weren't back. So whatever they do in the second part, I get. Like for Edgerrin James and all them cats and everybody to be in the Warren Saps and all them to be in the Hall of Fame and gold jackets and da. Yeah, that's a great accolade to say they came from our program. No knock on that. But to say we're back because they did that, I don't think that's fair to our program because we don't have any influence on what they do in the league.
I disagree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree. I respectfully, let me put it this way. I respectfully disagree with you.
Okay, I appreciate it.
And the reason why I respectfully disagree with you is this. Is that when our former players get into the NFL, they always try to outperform the other former University of Miami players to reach that plateau of greatness.
Okay.
So when Andre Johnson went into the NFL, Andre Johnson wanted to be better than Reggie Wayne. He wanted to be better than Reggie Wayne. When Jeremy Shockey went into the NFL as a tight end, he wanted to be better than Bubba. What was his name? I forget his name. Than Bubba. When Jerome Brown came into the league and he was one of the preeminent tackles in the NFL. When Cortez came into the NFL, he wanted to outplay or play on the same level with Jerome. He didn't think about all the other players in the NFL. He thought about that former University of Miami player. When wide receivers go into the NFL for the University of Miami, they try to emulate Reggie Wayne. They try to emulate Andre Johnson, and of course, they try to imitate Michael Irvin.
I get all that.
Those are the only players.
No, I get all that. Real quick. Street, you got the link already. You already got it. You got access. Just log in. Here's what I'll just say this part right quick before I do this. I ain't gonna be on here long. I know Footballville mama making some biscuits back there with her feet. I hear that, and all that's good, and all that's great, and all that's dandy. So be it. I get it. Here's what I'll say. The U is back when the U comes back. You get what I'm saying? Somebody said we got no audio. We got no audio? You might have cut your TV up. Y'all can hear me, right? You said no audio. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Y'all can hear me. Okay, everybody said audio is fine. Okay, maybe Sam's got your TV down. Okay. All right, that because sometimes it happens, so I just want to make sure.
Hello?
Yeah. Okay, now they said we good. Okay. Anyway, so with that being said, let me cut this phone line off. So with that being said, I mean, I hear all of that, but at the end of the day, E. Brown, I can't say that Miami is back because the guys that go into the Hall of Fame. I think that's cherry on the top. That's icing for the cake. But you can look at a lot of teams that, let's say when Alabama was back in their early stages, after Mark Ingram and all of them were playing, could people say Alabama was back before they actually retired and went on and made it to the Hall of Fame?
I get you. It's not the same, though. Mark Ingram is not in the Hall of Fame. He would never get into the Hall of Fame.
No, but hold on. But hear what I'm saying. Okay. When they graduated, they still were going to be playing, but they had started winning natties and natty. So even if they played, and who knows what their future was going to be, as an Alabama fan, you could say Alabama's back.
Well, see, you just said the magical word. Being back, who does the U being back benefit the most? The U being back benefits the fans the most. And the only way the fans can have any pride or any, stick their chest out about the U being back is when we conquer all 5 phases of the NFL life.
Okay.
That's on the little league field, that's in high school, the kids want to come, that's in college when we winning, and that's in the NFL when we get in there, our talent just outshines everybody, which eventually leads to the NFL.
Okay.
That's when I felt the most pride when I used to look at NFL on football, and I see guys, former University of Miami players, throwing up the U and saying, I'm from the U. And then eventually seeing them get that gold jacket. It benefits the fans the most. The fans are the most important part of this thing.
Well, that's different. That's different than saying the U is back. It's different than saying I can boast and brag about X, Y, and Z. Let me do this real quick because I want to bring this up. I wanted to talk about Juan Manuel right quick. I thought you brought up a very good point, and I don't take it as a challenge. I take it as a chance to explain. Juan says, as Coach Hayes, if a head coach upstairs would have impeded a player's lack of effort or, I guess, doing field goals for a 6-year field goal or a 6-year, field goals or a 6-year quarterback lack of judgment, how could a coach upstairs stop any of those plays? That's not clearly what I'm saying. Here's what I will say to that. By you seeing the guy being lackluster in the blocking, you can bring it to the attention of the assistant downstairs to get on him. By seeing the defense in which is being played, you can run the ball different. Maybe we don't have to throw that ball like that from a 6-year quarterback because we done ran it down their goddamn on throat. Also, by seeing that, maybe the field goal don't have to be as far. Maybe it's a little closer. We know that kid has had some trouble with field goals from a certain distance in the past. So the guy upstairs is not a guaranteed insurance policy for bad things not to happen, but it damn sure could mitigate a lot of the bad things that did happen because you have a better vantage point to fix it, right? That's all I'm saying. So hopefully that clears it up for
I
everybody.
mean, well, you could be a good barrister. You could be a great barrister because that was a great speech to stand before a courtroom and a jury and say that. That what you just said right there will get a 100% conviction. That because you're a great barrister, you can do it.
Okay.
Now, the thing about it is that in this situation, the coaches did not lose the football game. The guy upstairs did not prevent us from winning the football game. We lost the game because we committed the most mistakes.
No, we did
committed
not.
the most mistakes.
They committed mistakes. They committed mistakes.
But they didn't commit,
bro.
They didn't commit as many mistakes as we did, Coach.
What do you mean they didn't commit any mistakes in which way?
Oh, okay. The huge mistake that we committed in that championship game was the first half of the football game.
Why?
The first half of the football
because you
game,
don't have nobody upstairs to tell you where to run the ball.
That's not what caused it. That's not what caused it. What caused it is we got penalties, we got fumbles, and we missed a field goal.
No, sir. There were no fumbles lost in that.
Mistakes.
Sir, there were no fumbles lost in that game. We had 2 penalties on offense. We had a false start by the O-lineman, and we had a delay of game that was technically a little iffy, and that was on the change of possession. We only had 2 offensive penalties, right? Hold on.
Wait, okay,
The second penalty was a pass interference on O.J. Frederick on defense, which I thought was a little iffy based on the way they were letting him play. We had a false start on Ruben Bain when I believe that was not Mesidor, what's 12 name? Lightfoot kind of jumped. I may have been Lightfoot. Somebody jumped and you saw Ruben Bain jump. We had 2 holding penalties on kickoff return by Cam Pruitt.
Okay, those are the mistakes
I know, but they had more. Their mistakes were more crucial than ours. It was 3rd and 15. They had a late hit on the quarterback that gave us the first down to get us down there. If not, it would have been 4th and 15. Also, they had the first down. I mean, it was 3rd and 1. They had a false start that made it 3rd and 6, and they had to kick a field goal. If they would have got that,
however.
No, but all of them are howevers.
However,
well, all of those are however.
However is.
Yeah.
The however is that they had 14 to 17 points on the board and we didn't have 0.
And
that's a however.
No,
even though they made
sir, no, they did not. They had 10 points. It was 10-0 at the half. Don't do that. Don't do that. I love you, Ebron. I'm looking at the box score. At the end of the half, it was 10-7. They scored 3 points in the first quarter. They scored 7 points in the second quarter. We scored none. Now, they may have jumped out there in the third quarter and scored first, right?
That's.
Let me see. In the third quarter, no, that's not true. In the third quarter, we scored first. It was 17.
Fletcher ran on the outside like you were.
There you go. And the score was 10-7 at the beginning of the third. So we were still only down by 3. As bad as we played, and shout out to my man 12, and still. But guess what? If you had a guy upstairs, maybe Mark Fletcher could have ran that in the first and second quarter because he showed it.
Well, you just submitted my argument.
Mm-hmm.
You submitted my argument by saying that.
Oh, y'all still talking about that poor performance.
You know, I mean, I don't want to rehash the game. I'm with Black Butterfly.
Well, I got to mute you, Black Butterfly. You got a lot going on back there.
That's just the nature of the whole thing, though.
I got you.
The nature of the whole thing is.
I'm coming straight. Give me a second.
And then again, like I said, hey, you is not back until we dominate the 5 phases of football life. When we dominate the 5 phases of football life, that's when you can legitimately say the University of Miami is back.
Okay. I'm with you. But until then, in the meantime, in between time, oh well. It is what it is. But anyway, man, I got my dude on here, man.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Then I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Hey, listen. In the words of, I've heard somebody say this. I don't give a piss about anything but my hurricane.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. No, man, I slap your face. Because one thing we don't do around here is we don't ever take nobody else's mantra and sayings and try to make it our own. People take our stuff and try to make it their own. Like our turnover chain. The FSU come over with a turnover purse. Ole Miss with a basketball goal. When we come out the smoke, we throw up the 4. We the trendsetters. So slap your face, sir. And don't you ever come on here tomorrow and give a piss about nothing. That's some bull crap Alabama stuff. E. Brown, you know I love you like a play cousin. I gotta slap you one more time. That foolishness. About to tell my damn rotator cuff around here. Messing with you, man. Anyway. All right, much love, man. I tried to get Black Butterfly, but it sounded like she had a fly swatter going on in the back. She was killing something back there.
I don't know what she's doing, man. Ain't no telling what she's doing.
All right, much love. Let me give my man Street on here. We're gonna chop it up for a little bit. For sure. All right, man. That was the loquacious orator, aka Borator, E. Brown. Every time he come on, he bore people to death with his talking. I always lose by 40, 50 viewers every time he come on, but that's my dog, so I gotta let him do it. Y'all do me a favor, man. We back in the saddle here at the Coach Be Coach podcast, Canes Talk Live with your boy Coach Hayes. He been gone for a minute, but he back for the jump off. Y'all do me a favor, y'all clap it up for Master P. Make him say, Make him say, nah.
Bro, what's the question? You asking people are the Canes back? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, what happened was Mario Cristobal was on 3 with JD Pickles, and he was saying that he cringed when people say, "Is the U back?" And so I was asking the question, if the head coach cringes at it, and I understood why. Like I said earlier, I get why, because coaches always want to have room for improvement. You don't want to say we back, and what are the kids fighting for? How do you motivate them? And you can't really say you back when the ultimate goal is to hoist the natty. So I understand why he's saying that, but I personally don't think we're back yet. You've done it once. You got to do things more than once to create a pattern, and you still haven't done it yet. You were there. You've done some great things. I think relevant is more suitable than back, because back means we were doing what we did back in those days with a pure and utter dominance year in and year out. And I don't think we've had enough time on task to say we're back yet. What you think?
I think no, we're not. We're not to where we were kicking people behind. But I think Miami figured something out. I think they figured out their formula in this crazy transfer portal NIL world. I think they figured out a formula. And oddly, hey, it's something that we hadn't had that they keep getting, a quarterback.
Yeah. He said in the interview, if I see something, I'm going to launch at it. That's what he said. I'm launching at it. I'm like, damn.
Over the years, when we think we haven't had a first-round quarterback like this, had like 20 years, and we hadn't had like a big-time quarterback. And I think they figured it out, which wasn't rocket science. Go get a quarterback to go with the talent, right?
We'll pay that money.
Yeah, and now you can do it. And I think they figured out their formula, and they're not embarrassed about it. Like they're not trying to. Yeah, it's like business. It's business. This is what the business is, and everybody else standing around looking like this is not what college football is supposed to be. This is, and we like fuck it.
These are the rules. Are these the rules? These are the rules. Okay, he said it on there. If I see somebody we want, we finna go get them. And the reason Miami has not in the past 20 years, I'm gonna say this, and I'll be as blunt as I can. The reason Miami has not done that, because we have been under the scrutiny of the NCAA with all that's going on with the Nevin Shapiro, all of that stuff. So we couldn't pay those guys under the table. We didn't have the Nick Saban stamp. We weren't the golden child, right? We weren't the Lance Armstrong of the sport where everybody know they cheating, but they bringing so much money in, we ain't gonna say nothing until what? Until he retired, then we gonna strip him. We ain't Marion Jones where she out there killing it, and we know she cheating, but as soon as she finished, we gonna go ahead and take all the medals from her, but we gonna make all the money we can. We weren't in that position, right?
Right.
They knew what we were back then. We were probably cutting checks too back then, but we would have cash cow. And when we fell off, we couldn't do it. They knew Alabama was cutting check, but they weren't gonna do that until what?
Yeah.
And now you take the money from his street and put it here. We front and center.
And we were the willing and dealing.
Come on.
And we jumped out, and it seemed like we jumped out and owned it first. Like we owned the NIL first, and we wasn't embarrassed, and we jumped out and owned it first, and then they found their footing in TVD. Taught this regime so much, bro. Like I think TVD taught them so much. Yeah. It scared them straight till they were like, we're not going into battle without a seasoned, veteran, proven quarterback.
That's the engine to the Ferrari. A Ferrari is nothing without the engine. That's what you're paying for. Who cares about the Italian leather seats, dog? Nobody went to a Ferrari and said, man, I love those seats. That's after you talk about the engine.
Bruh. I mean, it was like from when they went to get Cam Ward, like that was it. It was like, hey man, we're going to get a seasoned guy who's done it over and over again. And we want to know when stuff get tough, who we have at that position. And then it worked with Cam Ward. Mm-hmm. Then they did it again. Then it really worked. You know what I'm saying? And now they're like, if your quarterback is the best quarterback in college football, bitch, you better lock him in a goddamn cell somewhere.
Hey, Street, you know what it's like? I don't know if you're a spades player. You play spades?
No, not. I understand the game.
Okay, so here's a perfect example. You understand the game, but you're not a real spades player. Me, I actually sat down with the forefathers and wrote the rules to the game. I'm just telling you that's kind of dude I am. You can have a handful of spades, Street, and you will play your ace of club first.
Mm-hmm.
You can have 8 of the spades, 9 spades in your hand. And a novice, when I say novice, meaning a guy that's kind of timid, I'm going to play this first, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a seasoned spade player knows I'm finna run this table, right? I'm jumping out with spades because I'm going to gather all of them. I'm using this analogy to say the same thing about Mario. Mm-hmm. He had a handful of spades, meaning a handful of dollars, and he was like, I ain't scared to play it. Start off the player. Hey, big joker, little joker, 2 of diamond, 2 of spade, ace, king. Because by that time, he had sucked all the spades off the table. No diddy, pause, whatever. That the rest of the cards gonna play. Because nobody else can cut. But you got other people that's got money, but they're like, I don't want to show my hand first. Okay, why did Mario come in there and say, how much? 5 million? How about we give you 5.5 for a guarantee? That's all I'm telling you. So that's what I mean when I said, talking about spades, that some people can see a hand. Yeah. I got all these spades. Man, I'm finna start drunk. I'm gonna eat up all the spades off the board. So my jack of diamond will walk.
Yeah.
That's how you get at Boston. I'm sorry.
I'm in there with the villains today, man, and we're just talking about quarterbacks and how it was like how many yards did Mensa average this year? So I went to pull up the stats, like college football stats, top quarterback yardage, and I'm like, man, this man was second only to Drew Messamaker, and most of y'all don't even know who the fuck that is. And y'all do know who he is, y'all don't know who he played for. So, and he was second to him by 400 yards. They went out there and got the best. He wasn't the poster child, you know what I'm saying? But I could be the best quarterback in college football. And then said, bring your homeboy with you who's had 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
2,000 yard wide receiver. Bring him with you. He had 1,000 yards at Harvard. He had 1,200 yards at Duke. and he is his 5th year. Bring him with bring that old motherfucker with you.
We got him. Hey, we got a great graduate program. We even got a great doctoral program. Bring them. We got plenty of space. Shout out to LMV. She said, man, coach with the forefathers of spades, pencil fight champ. What else? Listen, I don't play when I tell you about pencil fight. You see this right here? I'm a pencil fight king, man. I don't play. Straight up. People put rubber band around their money. I put rubber bands around my pencils. I don't play no game with these people, man.
Is still pencil fight in school?
No, because I done broke all their pencils. That's why they don't pencil fight. Come on, street, stop playing with me. But no, but on a note, man, street. I went to Lakeland for a state championship in 1987, dog.
Pencil fighting.
Pencil fighting.
No, bro. So I jump out there early. I do. I think they back. They're not back. They ain't back to that. But I think they figured out their formula. You know what I'm saying? I think they figured out their formula and they standing on it.
Mm-hmm. Listen, it's big bank, take little bank. That's what Miami was doing a long time ago. And the beautiful thing about the old school Miami, we didn't really have to spend the bank because recruiting was so different. But as it started getting in the 90s, maybe, especially in the early 2000s, I know it was some checks being cut. But them first guys, maybe the Michael Irvin wave, those guys with the Snellenbergers, probably not because it was so new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe it was a little something when they got there, hey, here go $50, $50 back then. But you know what I mean, whatever. And then, like I said, the Luke era coming in, and then of course the 90s and the 2000s, the Shapiro, that's when the money really started becoming a big deal. But now, here's my real question though, Street.
What's up?
Let's talk. We talked about the good part of that philosophy. But what we're not speaking on, what is the bad effect of that philosophy? Meaning,
the
Emory Williams, somebody just brought up Judd Anderson. What he's not bringing them up. I'm not saying that they should play over the guys they have, but what does that do for a high school quarterbacks coming in? A Darian Coleman, does he constantly keep getting skipped over like Emory did, Judd did, Luke Nickel probably will be as well because this formula is working?
I think these parents are going to have to become a lot smarter in the recruiting process. The kid that converts, that the Miami recruits, and then he converts into a starter one day. Whoever that kid is, he's going to be a motherfucker. Like whoever he is, because they have the option to go get a Mensa. So whoever that kid is that actually Miami recruits him and he gets on the field, that's going to be a bad mofo. Whoever he is.
Right. So
because he's going to have to walk. He's going to have to walk through a gauntlet.
Well, that's my thing. How does okay? So let's take that for example. Because I'm starting to see a cycle. And just let me walk you down the street for a second, and then you tell me how you think. Tyler Van Dyke is here. I'm gonna use Emory Williams because I think it's a great illustration of what I'm about to say. Tyler Van Dyke is here. Emory comes in. Cool. Emory sits because we're going to get Cam Ward. Hey, coach, you know what? I don't like it, but I definitely can respect it. I could learn something from a Cam Ward. Not giving my blessing, but saying, okay, I'm willing to sit out. I'm willing to sit. Because without Cam Ward, Emory Williams was supposed to be the next guy. Is that right? Okay. Then year two comes.
Without Cam Ward, we have an Emory, Ja'Cory Brown, Pope, Bo Peep, whatever dog name was, quarterback battle.
Harper.
A real quarterback battle with Emory having some home field advantage.
Right.
But that's what was told to me. Fuck it. We ain't get him. Okay. It's finna be a Ja'Cory Brown, Emory Williams battle. You know what I'm saying? Okay. With what his name was that came who they picked up late.
Poffenberg.
Reese Poffenberg. Yeah, so it was going to be just a quarterback battle.
Right. Okay. So then Cam comes, and I guess Emory says, "Hey, I probably wasn't a Miami recruit anyway." Right. In essence, Shannon Dawson saw me, like got me late. Cool. I'll be loyal to the game.
Mm-hmm.
Year 2 comes. Carson Beck. All right, coach, I'm gonna change my number so I can feel better about myself and become number 8. And I'm gonna wait my turn. And I'm gonna be a good soldier. And I'm just waiting for you to give me the word, coach. Carson Beck comes and leaves. All right, coach. We go get Darian Mensah. Now the kid is out of eligibility. Now follow me on my next path. Luke Nickel is about to go through this. Luke Nickel was the biggest hype. Oh, Mr. Georgia played at Buford. Da, 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 da. He sat through who? Carson Beck. He's going to sit through Darian Mensah. Now next year, is it supposed to be his turn, or does Darian Mensah got 1 year or 2 years left? 1 year, right?
Darian Mensah, well, if he's going to the league, so this is last year. You feel me?
Right.
Nobody holding him back.
So now, is it Luke Nickel? Or does Luke Nickel sit there and say, "Oh, shoot, y'all finna go get Sam Levitt now"? Well, let me sit and wait. What I'm saying is that right there, I get what Miami's doing, but I'm looking at the flip side of the coin of, okay, this works over here, but what happens here in recruiting? And you got Darian Coleman. Do you think we start losing big-time high school recruits if we stay with this quarterback philosophy?
I don't think we recruited any big-time high school quarterbacks.
Damn.
Have we?
I thought Luke Nickel was one of the top dudes in the country.
I'm
just saying.
He was what, 4-star?
Luke Nickel.
Let's see.
He was the 16th best quarterback in the country.
That's considered. Would you call that big time?
According to our fan base, I think people had
high hopes for him.
I'll put it this way: people conceived children at night and call each child Luke. They were so excited when he signed with Miami.
Where does Darian Coleman? I think both of these guys are people that they evaluated and saw a lot of upside. Darian Coleman has a talent that most kids don't have. I mean, his arm talent is out of this world. He's just 160 pounds soaking wet on Thanksgiving with rocks in his pocket.
He's a little dude now. He was the 20th best quarterback on the
right. So I think they strategically took these quarterbacks, guys with a lot of upside. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we haven't recruited like any big time quarterbacks.
So there's my question. I'm just use Darian Coleman because he's the incoming freshman.
Okay.
You're his dad. Hold on, let me do this. Let me just make sure I'm making the right comparison. Because I think I'm about to make a comparison, and I want to ask you a point. Because you deal with a lot of these shorties and their parents and so forth. And I'm just thinking about the landscape. It's not really a Miami question. It's just the landscape. Ugh, jeez. Never mind.
What's the problem?
I'll tell you. So what I was going to say was, if you're Darian Coleman's father, he's ranked 20th in the class.
Mm-hmm.
That's not considered elite, but definitely a Power 4 scholarship offer kid. Mm-hmm. But the landscape of college football today, with all of the transfer portal and the monies and so forth, where you can go do what Miami is doing, go just leapfrog cats, just over recruit cats. Do you send your kid to a Power 4 school, or do you send him the Mensa route, maybe to a G5, and where he's not sitting like Emory for 4 years, and then got to go down to ECU, or do I go down early for 2 years, treat it like the minor leagues, and then go kill it, and then fly up, and then my value is greater for NIL? God damn, I'm on it. I'm on one right now.
If I'm Darian Coleman's dad, we're going to Tulane.
Why?
I think
And you said Tulane just as you mean a level?
Yeah,
not
we're gonna give me another. We're going to Tulane.
G5. Yeah. Jump to okay,
yeah.
Like
Tulane. We going to any. We going lower level because my son is 160 pounds. People are talking about his size. We need to go show them that we can get this shit done. Once you get it done, the sky's the limit.
Sure.
Keep your nose clean. You ain't out here doing crazy. You acting like a quarterback. Once you get it done, the sky's the limit. Now where are you financially as a family? How do you see money? Right? That may be a reason you go to Miami. Because Miami's gonna, you know what I'm saying, cut a check that Tulane probably isn't gonna cut. So it's can you play that game, right? Mensah, when I look back at Mensah, he was raised by his mom. I'm not sure where his dad at. His dad from Ghana, his mom's a white lady. When he went back home, it looked like he went back to the apartments. Hayes, like apartments, like it wasn't the hood, but he went back to the apartments. Okay,
St. Joseph High School in California. Mm-hmm.
And he was right. Mama was raising four kids, and I think I'm not sure where they were financially, but I don't think they were doing great. But he stuck it out. He went the Tulane route, and then boom, $8 million. Duke. 4 years.
Well, the reason I say that, he went to Tulane because I think he had to. He was 112. That's why I said, it messed up my thing. He was 112 quarterback in his class, third best, 3-star, 112. So I don't think that's a power 4 level. I was hoping he was higher and went down. That's why I said, damn, yeah.
This how small the world is. He was behind my little homie, Carson Haggard, at Tulane.
Oh, wow. Carson Haggard. His dad be in here all the time, right?
Michael Haggard? No, I ain't never seen Mike Haggard, his dad in here.
Well, somebody named Haggard. I see it. Maybe Tim Haggard, somebody like that. I
really?
See yeah. I see a Haggard all the time. I always thought that was him.
Michael Haggard. But he was behind Carson Haggard. And Carson's dad and Carson had two different views on how good they thought he was. You know what I'm saying? But Carson thought he could fucking go. But he was behind them at Tulane.
Wow.
So if I'm Darian Coleman's dad, I go that route, right? You know what I'm saying? But now that money's involved, Hayes, some of these decisions are easier to make. Yeah, he's sitting on the bench waiting to play, but he's also probably getting $30,000 a month.
Correct. But again, so it's one of them got to bet on yourself deals, right? Hey, Dad, $30,000 a month look way different when Mensah made $8 million. What that look like a month? But you can't always make that same comparison because everybody's journey and story is not the same.
Yeah.
I was just simply saying that how I look at the longevity is I think it's easier. And again, I'm just speaking really off the cuff. It's easier to play lower and rise than it is to be at a big school, not play, and then have to pull an Emory and go down to ECU, and you really got one roll left of the dice because you only got this 1 year to shake. You know what I mean? Like you really got 1 year to shake something. And I think he knows he's not an NFL guy, but at the end of the day, I do want to play college football, Dad. Like I do want to play it.
Darian Coleman?
No, I was talking about Emory Williams, meaning I stayed loyal for the 4 years. Now, the only reason he's really leaving, I think he enjoyed his time at Miami. But at some point, I hate doing mat drills just to say I was on the team. I want to play at some point, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know. And I think Mr. Beast is doing something with ECU too. So, man, it might be some money over there, man. Maybe he can get another year, get some of that Mr. Beast money. But Hayes, man, I just. But do you think
director?
Think about Teron Dickey's Tiger, right? Tiger broke records this year at Western Carolina. And he's still in the portal.
Not a big dude, is he?
Tiger about 5'10", 5'11", 5'10", 5'11".
What you gonna do with that? What you gonna do with that?
What is Darian Coleman?
How big? He ain't 200.
He bigger than Darren Coleman. Darren Coleman, they got him at 165, soaking wet. Thanksgiving. Chicken
I've
wings.
seen him. But listen, I get it. That's why
his girlfriend on
I'm having this and that's why even when I had an interview with his dad was talking about, a lot of people were talking about his size, and I understand that. And I get where dad's coming from. And there are guys who are exceptions and not the rule. And I think that's where a lot of people make mistakes. Yeah, sometimes you got to bet on yourself and you make it, you don't. But sometimes we make the exception the rule, and that's the problem. Everybody is not going to be the Kyler Murray. Everybody's not going to be the little dude that flies off the shelf. There's a reason they have a prospect sheet. They want their guys to be this big, that big, that. That's the name of the game. And unfortunately, like you said, you broke all them records. But guess what? You still out there. There's guys in high school that break all of their high school records. They Mr. All County this, Mr. All that, Mr. All State, Mr. This, that, and other. And guess where they going? Albany State University. Nothing wrong with it, but it's not what they think it is because he's 5'6". You see what I'm saying? Like it just don't work like that.
It's a tough decision to make, right? Because if you think about the success of CJ, and you think about the success of the Heisman Trophy winner this year, Indiana's quarterback. Both of those guys got to play, Hayes, from injuries. Just happened to be on the roster.
I mean, the person in front of them got hurt.
Yeah, person in front of them get hurt. And they're like, hey, you still can play football? So if you're on the roster, you do have that chance, right?
Yeah, but with the way money is today, it ain't like it used to be. I said the way money is today, when that dude heal up, he gonna be right back out there.
But NC State at Cal, that didn't happen, Hayes. Both of those guys went away. One guy retired. I think both of them retired, left. Mendoza got a chance to start.
But look at their program.
Huh?
But look at their programs. I mean, when you're looking at the programs themselves, I don't think that happens in a lot of blue blood, bigger name program. Like, I don't know if that, unless this dude just comes out and he's phenomenal. And you just, for example, same thing happened to Ole Miss, right? Shout out to Austin Simmons, gets injured. Trinidad Chambers comes in, but he produces at such a high level. It's almost like I can't take the ball out of his hand. You know what I mean? I mean, Austin, that's the homie son. We get it. But at the end of the day, I don't think even his dad could agree to put his son back out there when that's the hot hand. If I say, Dave, put your coaching hat on, would you do that? I think he agreed. Now, he may be mad why his son got hurt. That's a different story. But
right. I think the frustration is that he was told that he couldn't lose his position by injury because Dart couldn't lose his position by injury. And it didn't.
Correct.
Shit ain't working. You know what I'm saying? It ain't never the same, right? Shit ain't never the same.
These coaches be lying. I be telling y'all that when they get on that booth. Remember I said the other day in the Discord. Oh, when these coaches get on that booth, don't believe them. They be lying.
Yeah. Bro, listen, if I could give the message to the quarterback at Miami that's not Darian Mensah, I would say, bro, listen, jump in your playbook. Be the first motherfucker there. Be the last person to leave. You know what I'm saying? You're going to really have to stand out. You're going to really have to stand out in order to take that next step. When coach start coming down on you, talking about you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, just think about a drill instructor. It's not real. Stay focused. It's not real. Stay focused.
You suck. Yes, right. That's what my recruiter told me. He was like, when they start getting ass acting crazy, just remember it's a game, right? If you tell you're the greatest, then you're going to expect to play. Do what you got to do. Find Mally.
Whatever Mally
It'll be
doing,
like
whatever
this.
he drinking, whatever bubble gum he eating, do whatever Mally doing.
Hey, well, you gonna be Frank Gore like this? So who was I gonna be?
No,
Hey,
listen.
hey, Street, when the judge started to say, the best part of you ran down your daddy leg. Yes, coach. But you know what you really, I know this is gonna sound crude, but you know what you're really hoping?
What?
If you're that guy,
What?
you already know it. I don't have to say it. You know what it is without me saying it.
Somebody get hurt? What are you hoping?
That's it. If you're the dude, no, I'm just calling a spade here. You know, it's like you don't want him to be like,
You want him
but
to
you
die.
said, well,
But let me get 3
if that
games.
dude get hurt,
Right.
basically that's what you're saying to yourself. Like you sit up there like you are just saying, I just need him to roll that ankle one time. He'll never get his job again. Only what it is, bro.
So you
Tell
can
me I'm
come
lying.
so you can come in huddle and be like, Mally, I dreamed about this. Barcade, it's gonna be okay. Hey.
Street, come on. You sitting there right now saying, listen, nobody has ever said it out loud, but between you and the man upstairs, he heard you. Remember what they say, the good book say, no matter how loud you say it, he hear you. He heard you say, when he took that hit, bah! Boy, don't get up. Don't get up. Don't get up.
What my helmet?
Please don't get up. Please don't. Please don't. Damn, he got up. Hey, Street, everything like this. Hey, Street, everything like this. Damn, he got up. But the whole time you sitting there like this.
Bro, what's our quarterback room? We got Judd, Nickel, and if Mensa goes out the game for a snap or two, say his helmet come off, Judd, do you think Judd next or y'all think? And in the comment section, y'all think Judd next or Nickel next?
If Judd go out there, I'm done.
I don't know. I saw Judd on the flyer.
He got a strong jaw. That's about it. Listen, other than that, bro, listen, bro. Man, look here. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just a Judd. I don't understand it. And the dude had 11 touchdowns and 13 interceptions in high school. I'm done.
Upside. I mean,
what's up? What's up?
They said they thought he was who they thought he was.
That's the key word, thought. Who you thought?
I think it was either Big Ben or it was the quarterback at the Chargers now.
Bro, y'all gotta. Who said that? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Come on.
They did. He was a basketball player. Judd was an athlete. I mean, but if you sit there long enough, motherfuckers forget that you played football.
Sir, Judd Anderson.
Don't look at that. Don't look at that. That was all bad. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. That ain't how they chose him. They went out there and they chose him with their eyes. They evaluated him.
I'm looking at. Can I tell you something?
What's up?
Yeah, this is him. Your highlight tape got 2,500 views on it. Your senior year. It's 12 minutes long.
Judd?
Yes. I'm looking at it right now.
You never did his MRE? MRE, that's what military people eat when they're in the field, MREs.
You know what? Shout out to Shad. He always be like, what did Judd Anderson the WRE? No, you had 11 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. What I'm finna look at?
Man, what are we doing?
Bro, if your highlight only got, listen, if your own highlight only got 2,000 views, what you think the WRE video gonna make? Come on,
as
dog.
a quarterback, how many views you supposed to have?
More than that. This is pitiful. I hate even be like this, but somebody just brought up tonight, Judd Anderson talking about he should play tight end. For who? Who?
Nah, I don't,
Oh.
nah, bro. It's a game, Hayes. It's a game. It's a business. These kids getting paid now, so you don't feel as sorry for them. I mean, if you're gonna sit there and wait, two things. I mean, good luck to you. And the second thing is you better be ready to play. Because Dawson said he ain't developing you. You better be out there get your developing on. You better be ready to play if they have to call your number.
And that's funny you said that. This is why I tell y'all coaches be lying. And I ain't trying to be like this, but I wouldn't be Coach Hayes if I didn't do it. What'd you just say, Streeter? What did you just say?
Yeah, we don't have a quarterback coach. We do. I mean, he's like a GA or something, and I don't think Dawson's into developing quarterbacks. I mean, he's actually said it. Like that ain't what he's doing. So if you're gonna be back there, you better figure out a way to be ready to play. Get the most out of them reps you get. You better get some shadow reps back there or something.
You know what's so funny? You said that. I stopped this video on this particular part. I must share it. Hope you don't mind, brother.
What's up?
It's in the interview. You say he ain't interested. What? Somebody listen to this.
So mobile. I mean, on the run, on script, off script, down the field, intermediate, short, quick game, screen.
He's talking about mental right here, and this is a JD interview. Listen to this.
Game, making things happen with his feet, and incredible personality. That part really hit fast. And then watch him around our players and watching him help develop the young quarterback room, because we have some awesome young QBs. And then watching him surrounded by some of the pieces that he has now, there's some special things brewing there. And they all know we got to work at it because, again, the passing game is timing, spacing, precision. But, man, it's exciting because he brings a lot to the table, and we really think that sky's the limit for Darren Minson.
Watch this.
And it feels like whenever you get a portal quarterback, whether it be a Cam, whether it be a Carson, now going to be a Darian, I mean, he mentioned us here at On 3 when he was talking about his reason to pick Miami. He's like, I want to go be a first-round pick, and Miami seems to elevate quarterbacks. What is it that y'all do specifically that you feel like helps bring the best out of these quarterbacks to when they get to the 305, they play their best football seemingly?
Now, Streeter, what did you just say?
I don't think Dawson been on the record saying that he ain't developing quarterbacks. That ain't his.
He on the record saying that. And when I tell you these coaches be lying, so one of these two dudes lying. But anyway, watch this. Action.
Yeah, we really have high-level teachers, and coaching it's a vocation, man. Like, I believe in coaching. Most of us coach here. I mean, we're all kind of nobodies. I mean, except Jason Taylor, he's like, superstar and gold jacket guy. But aside from that, I mean, and he's you would think that here's a guy that has nothing to prove, but comes in every day with everything to prove in his habits and actions. And our entire building, Coach Mirabal, Coach Dawson, Coach Heatherman, all these guys are just really, really high-level teachers that just immerse themselves in and get lost in teaching technique, fundamental scheme, increasing football IQ, being involved in the lives of these players. And then we do surround them with like-minded individuals that are uber talented. And that this roster, it's been a roster overhaul.
Now, Street, the only reason I bring this up, isn't that part of development?
Maybe it's some nobodies in there that we don't know that's helping develop. Maybe it's some nobody quarterback coaches. Maybe it's some nobody.
He clearly said Shannon Dawson. And I'm not trying to make a gotcha moment.
Dawson's on record. We've been saying it for years.
That's why I'm saying this is on record. What I'm trying to tell people is take these kind of interviews with a grain of salt, man.
Yeah.
That's what I've been. It's funny you said that, and I had the video sitting here, and I paused it at that moment because I was going to start the show, and it was right on time. Because I'm like, man, this dude, okay. And then when you said, I'm like, damn, he did. He was on record saying he ain't developing. But then the head coach said, man, we got guys that developing. They want to make sure they got this. No, these guys are Tommy Tuberville, dog. They lead us and go to politics.
Their interviews, their media is for the media. Yeah. Like whatever they're saying to you, they want you to know.
Make you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. It was just interesting that it fell right at that right moment. You know what I mean? And like you said, it's not speculation. This is on record, him saying that.
But does he have to say it? For the last 3 years, we went and got somebody else quarterback. We kicking ass. And
well, the reason
whether we developing the quarterbacks behind him or not, they ain't playing. Like, so he don't have to say it.
Right, but the reason I brought it up because JD says, or they said Mensa said he's part of him coming there when he interviewed him was first round draft picks. And our guy saying I don't develop quarterback. So when you come here,
listen. Part of what Mensa's saying is true. You can come here and be a first round draft pick. It is true.
Right.
But it's a lot. I think it has a lot to do with a lot of things. I think Cam Ward was Cam Ward before he came here, but I think things around it made Cam Ward a bigger figure. Mensa is going to come here and it's going to be a rock star, and then the people in Chapel Hill and Duke are going to be saying he did the same thing here.
Right.
But it's 100%. A different platform.
Different. It's a different media outlet. It's a different media market is what I want to say. Let me ask you this, Street, before we jump out of this thing. Part of that interview, I brought this up in the earlier part. I don't know how long you had been watching for you said, but part of the interview, Coach Cristobal was talking about we got to get better. There's things we're doing, we're getting better, blah, blah, blah. And to his credit, I don't think he will ever disclose what those things are, right?
Why not?
I just think he's a very close to the vest guy. I don't think he's very transparent. He's been media trained. I get it. I understand that. I'm not mad at him, right? Because once you do that, then you put a spotlight on the deficiencies. And then once those deficiencies show their head again, it's a gotcha moment.
Right.
Like, for example, when Shannon Dawson said, I don't develop quarterbacks, and your head coach come back and say he developed, and now it's a gotcha moment. Right? So if you don't know what the problem was, then you can't say, oh, this is the problem, because he said last year we have a problem with X, Y, and Z. He's very vague like that, and I get it. I'm not mad at that.
Right.
I'm going to ask you before I tell you, I don't know if you heard it or not. If you had to guess, what would be your number one thing that he says when he says we got to get better? And I'm talking about as a unit, entire team, not offense, defense, special team. If you're the head coach Streeter, what's the number one thing on your priority list as you looked at this season, especially you being closer to having a chance to travel, go to the practices, interview these guys? What do you think if you were head coach Streeter and he's sitting in his office right now, what would be the first thing you would try to fix to get through the season? And then I'll tell you what I said.
I think we suffer stretching the field. Like you always talk about what you talk about, playmakers, what you call these guys, game changers. Game changers. I think is Malley a game changer?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I think we suffered stretching the field.
Difference maker. That's the difference.
Game changers. So difference makers are tough. So Malley, is he a difference maker?
He is. Because he does more than just catch the ball. But go ahead, we'll talk. Go ahead.
I think two things. We suffered at stretching the field and going into this year, linebacker, what's about to happen. And we could talk about both of them. But I think we suffered at stretching the field, which gave Indiana a chance, bunch of old dudes from the yard to come in and beat us in the phone booth. Right? I think they were able to put us in a phone booth and rough us up. Hold when the ref ain't looking, and we didn't do anything to scare them on the back end. You saw when Mark Fletcher got missing. Mark Fletcher ain't a Blazer.
I've been telling y'all that. He saw the white boys. On the screen.
He saw them. He was gone. So I think we need to utilize speed to open up the offense a little more, so the linebackers are not just sitting there harassing Malley and fucking taking hits on them. And so I think that's one thing we suffered at. And the other thing is I think coming this year, we're going to have who's behind our starting linebackers. We got Chase Smith, we got Torrey in year 19. And then
Chase Smith still got another year.
Chase Smith back, baby. Let's go, Chase. Chase Smith back, baby.
Chase Smith was my first POTS player, pop off the screen player. That's back when y'all was doing.
We had a whole conversation in the village, and I was telling them that Chase Smith pop off the screen, and they was like, "He don't pop to me, Streeter."
No, when he was my popular screen player for when he was coming out of high school. Remember, I started this channel in 2020.
Yeah,
he was my first one. So he would have been. He came from Bay Hill or something like that, Palm Bay or something like that. And he dude played everything: receiver, defensive end, safety, running back, whatever. You know who my other pop off the player? Moten. Ahmad Moten.
Oh, he's popping now.
Listen, Ahmad Moten. And the only reason I didn't give it to Ruben Bain because I thought I was low hanging fruit. He was easy pop off the screen player. So I gave it to. I think I gave it to Ahmad Moten because they came in the same year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they? Damn, Moten been here that long?
Remember, Moten was late because he came from Cardinal Newman or something like that, didn't he?
He came from Cardinal Gibbons, right? What?
Gibbons. I know it was one of them kind of schools, yeah. But he came late though. He was a late pickup for us.
So no, I think I don't know if you agree, but I think that's where we suffered at. I don't know. Like I think
that's what I believe. Switching the field. That was probably that would have been my second if I had to put them in order priority. My very first one I said was, we got to get the trusted voice upstairs in all three phases: offense, defense, and special team. How many times have I asked you, Street, who's upstairs, Street?
Every week.
Guy? How many years? Every week. I'm like, Street, when you at the game, who the hell is up there? When you be in the press box, who do you see? Who's up there? Because every time I look at
no name guys, Cristobal talk about one of those nobodies.
But like when I look at our position coaches, they all on the field. We went through it the other day. I named every one of our position coaches, and all of them are on the field.
It's a GA or somebody. Hey,
have
you ever seen a situation like this? If Dawson gets in the car accident on the way to a game, who calls the plays? Have you ever seen a situation like this? Like if you would have got into a car accident when you was coaching high school, who was gonna call the plays?
Nah, you're right.
You had a backup in high school when you coached?
Yeah, I had an offensive coordinator, and I'm gonna tell you this: I did. I ended up turning the defense over to a guy, because I felt I had to help offense a little more, and I just couldn't do both. But I trusted that guy on defense. It was hard, dog. It's like giving your kid. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to do. Yeah,
so
especially
if he got car crash, you could have called the defense, but
and offense, because my name on the marquee. So I'm gonna do if I have to. You don't want to, but if I have to. Yeah.
So who's that guy for Miami? Like maybe we just don't know. Maybe he's one of these no name guys. Maybe he's one of these nobodies.
So it's funny you say that, Street. I'm gonna bring up somebody you might know this guy. You might know this guy. I brought this up the other day. I don't know if you saw this video, Street. We ain't been hanging out lately. So
we ain't been hanging out lately. Man was in the villains yesterday morning.
I was in there for a long time.
I thought we ain't been hanging out lately.
We ain't been hanging out lately.
Well, I was light-skinned friends is a motherfucker, boy. I don't know.
That's what I do, man. So here I'm gonna show you this video right quick. And this is what I was talking about. And then I'm gonna show you the response. I've showed it to the people that's in the chat already, but since you're here, hey, let's have fun. Check this out, Street. Upstairs. That person upstairs is important. That's your spotter. That is your spotter. The sniper. Follow me now, Hurricane Pete. The sniper gets all the credit, but the spotter is the brains behind the operation. The spotter is telling you how far it is, the windage, the crosswind, right? The Coriolis effect, if you get that far. Come on, talk to me, somebody, if y'all know what I'm talking about. The spotter is doing all the calculations. You are just a trigger puller. You can control your breathing and you let it go. But he is giving you all the data you need to be successful. But the spotter never gets the love. That guy is if not more important than the actual shooter. And it's the same thing with the play caller. The person that's giving you the data and the information is more important than the play caller. The call's on your sheet. You already got it labeled. 1st and 10, I want to call that. 3rd and 8, I want to call this. You just need the information so you can make the call. Talk to me, somebody.
You think the spotter is more important?
Of course. Now watch this. I'm gonna show you something. Remember, I always talked about when homeboy used to come to the games and be upstairs in the booth, just giving me information.
Yeah.
What he said. Glad to see you giving props, but next time you could say my name. For all those years, I was up in the booth having your back. And you know what I told him?
What?
Laugh out loud. I talk about you all the time on here. You were spot on, man. And that's my dog, Kent Forbes. You know Kent Forbes?
Kent Forbes, not offhand.
He coached girls basketball at North. I don't know if he still do now or not, but he did.
Girls basketball where?
At Norland with Carla Harris and all of them. You'd have probably seen him 100 times.
That was right after me.
She was the coach. I'm saying she was the coach.
Yeah, that was
all those years. Yeah. But I know.
Coach Wilson.
You know he died, man.
Yeah, he died recently, right?
Yeah, Jim Wilson. I used to go football with Jim Wilson, man.
Jim Wilson had some squads out there, boy. Yeah. But no, Hayes, I don't know if I could agree. I don't know if the Sparta is more important as a sniper. I think the skill set that the sniper has is like everybody can't do that.
I agree. But what I'm trying to tell you is without that information, the spotter cannot make that shot. That's the whole point of what I'm saying.
Hey, you know what scares me about what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
The way we, because listen, man, if you're not a villain, you're not in the members, or you're not, you know what I'm saying? Some of these conversations we have in there get so deep into investigating who Dawson is and investigating who coaches is and research that goes into it. The way that he calls plays, right? It kind of goes right along with what you're saying. That, and that's the scary part of it. The way he calls plays. Like when I asked him that time about JoJo being hot, it doesn't matter that he's hot where the ball is going. And he was like, no, the ball, kind of like the ball gets spread around. Like, the way he calls plays, and you're saying there's not a spotter up there, it kind of, they prove each other to be true.
That's my whole point. See, these are the things I'm saying, but you learn that, and that's what I'm saying. What you start doing is Rolodexing. I'm not saying that Shannon Dawson doesn't know what he's doing in regards to that, but it's the nuances, it's the blocking, it's the alignment, it's how they're giving us that look. See, Streeter, you've been at plenty of football games on the sideline, right? You tell me this, what's a better view, the sideline or being up there in the booth? You've been at the booth and the sideline, looking at the game.
It's easier from the sideline.
So how can you, as a coach, including myself, can I truly see route concepts? Can I see blocking on that side? Can I see what stunts were being run? Can I see what defense is truly being ran from eye level? You can't.
Have you ever seen anybody with that skill level that could? Bruh, the villains have a better view on TV.
Everybody does.
I just have an inside better view. Like I have a better view at what's cool. The things that they can't see, right? Like I can see everything they can't see, which is inside behind the curtain, yada yada yada. Hayes, boy, that moment when the Canes was about to come out that national championship, boy, that was a moment. That was
you can't see that on TV. You can't feel that on TV.
Hey, that was a moment for me in Footballville, bro. That was a moment.
But Street, when it's time to coach, I told you the best seat in the house for me is what? Section 305 in the Hard Rock. That's right. The end zone behind the goalpost. I can see everything. Everything. You remember we were there we were there when Florida State played Miami. And remember I say, dog, I seen this when they were running the gap scheme, they was killing us. I'm watching the whole thing. I got the best view. I'm saying all that to say.
So somebody has to be up there, right?
I'm not saying they're not, but it's
Right.
not a trusted voice. They're there, but is it a voice that he's willing to listen to? And it's not just him. Corey Heatherman, he's just as guilty as well as the special team.
Okay, hey, well, this just popped in my head. Doesn't that iPad, right? That iPad and that huddle on the sideline, that hasn't changed the game. Because
Okay,
those visuals get sent down to that iPad, and now they're sitting on the sideline looking at that view.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that has maybe changed the game.
That's after the drive is over.
Yeah, that's after the drive is over.
How old need it then?
Well, you do need it. Don't say you don't need it, but you're saying
what I'm saying is
because what's the so how does it happen? First down, the guy upstairs. We know what we just saw them do last possession. Mm-hmm. That's what we're going off of, right? Mm-hmm. When does the guy in the booth becomes effective? When does the guy upstairs become? It's first down. Then what happens?
Because here's one thing I didn't see Indiana do. They didn't match personnel, right? Meaning you've heard 11 personnel, 10 personnel. They're not a personnel matching team. Meaning if we go 11 personnel, one tight end, one running back, they're going to bring in the extra linebacker. They have who they have. They're going to play regardless. Right. That's why I never understood why the world Bowman was out there in the last 2-minute drill. It's not like you were getting a mismatch on him and a linebacker. It was a nickel covering him. That's why he never stretched the field. I'm not getting into who it should have been, but it should have been somebody with faster feet, whether it's Josh Moore, Ray, Bob, Jim Bob, whoever, not the tight end that's lining up in a receiver position. Because
that's been going on all year, man. Don't make me throw up.
No, I'm saying, but with 140 something
going on all year, man.
I know. Now the situation is 140 on the clock. I have no more 51 seconds. I have no timeouts. I don't need Bigfoot Bobby out there running right now. I need speed, whether it's JoJo, whoever it is, even if he's just going to stretch it. But anyway, let me go back. If I'm upstairs, I'm telling you, coach, number 6, let's say, for example, number 6, he's lined up. He's showing, right? They're bringing this blitz. They rocking. They bringing the fire zone. I'm giving him information that he can use as this goes. So when first down comes back again, that's why when you watch play callers, go watch my man from Texas. What's his name? Sarkisian. Go watch Heupel, Jim Harbaugh. A lot of they're writing. Even your boys writing from Indiana. They're writing. They're writing stuff. You think he's writing a love letter to his wife?
Girlfriend, side chick.
Maybe. Hey, baby, they finna blitz us from the right. There's information that's being given, and that's what's important. And so, like, that's what I be trying to tell people, that's what's so important. And our defense is just as guilty. That all they did was RPO us. All they did was RPO us with the what you call it, with the corner.
If you go back and watch the beginning of the halftime, it's funny you say that they didn't match. They're talking about, the commentators talking about this linebacker, Indiana's linebacker, how he's this utility guy that he never leaves the field, and you know what I'm saying, and how great he is. And the next play, Mark Fletcher goes off tackle on his side and breaks for 60, 70 yards, however long that run was.
He couldn't catch him.
He couldn't catch him. He couldn't catch him. They say after the first 10-yard run, they brought another linebacker in the game. The very next play, a linebacker was guarding Malachi.
Mm-hmm. I got something better for you. If you go watch them, when we played Texas A&M, I'm gonna show you the speed. Mark Fletcher had that same run, and they went and got him.
Most people will go get him.
Yeah.
Them people wasn't fast
at all.
No. They allowed you to have stuff in front of you, and they corralled to the ball better than any team I've seen in a long time.
I said this streak the other day. I think I said it on your podcast. I mean on the Discord with the villains. I learned playing a Popka. Rick Darlington used to run his plays to his sideline. Right? You know why he did that? Because I couldn't see the blocking. I couldn't fix what you can't see. He only ran plays to his sideline.
They had a booth, didn't they?
Yeah. Watch this. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna put something up here. That goes to show you something. And this is a perfect example when I'm talking about people upstairs. Tell me what's wrong with that picture, Street.
It's not 4K.
No. What's wrong with it?
Like, I'm finna try to get into my football mode. We're outflanked, ain't we? Or something. They're unbalanced. We're like we're not level. They have more.
You know what it is? I'm gonna show you. You're right. Where's our sideline, Streeter? Where's our sideline in this game? At the top. We the visitors this game.
Oh, I was just about to say the bottom. We are at the top. Yeah.
We at the top. Guess what? Who is this right here?
The cornerback, right?
Who is he covering?
Well, nobody we could see.
Yeah, it's a tight end right here.
He better not be covering him.
So that's an offensive lineman, Streeter.
I know.
That's my point. That's the offensive lineman. That's that tight end. This is their tight end. So we got our corner. There's no eligible receiver at the bottom of the screen. You know who can't see that? You know who can't see that from the sideline?
Who?
Corey Heatherman. This is Indiana's sideline over here. He's standing right here. Watch. I hate to play it. Look. I'm just showing you how these things happen. Watch this. I'm gonna show you something. Look, he's standing right here. Watch this. Next play. Now they took him out.
This is what I'm gonna do for you. When next time I see all the coaches running down at halftime from the booth, I'm gonna just take a video of all of them, and then you can sort out who's who. Because there are guys up there. Because I don't got stuck in the elevator being held numerous times for the coaches coming from the booth. But you're saying
I'm not saying they're not. I'm saying they have to be a trusted voice. You know how many coaches are scared to say something? That guys that are not coaches. How am I going to tell Shannon Dawson, Coach Dawson is a tight end, old lineman at tight end? My career could be over. My career could be over there. Okay. Go tell the drill sergeant his shoelace untied.
Hey, listen, before I go, listen. I heard you talking to this man about why we lost this game, bro. And I gotta push back on what you were saying, bro. I think we got into that game and we were two evenly matched teams. I think that punt block, us giving them 6 points, bro, that was it. That did it. I went to praying. I had to call Jesus. I knew we needed help at that point. I think that did it. I think it was an evenly matched game. I think it was a really close game. And if you give a team 6 points in the game like that, you're done.
All that's fair. But hear what I was saying, Streeter.
Talk to me.
What I was telling E. Brown was he had been blocking lackluster all game. Go look at all of the punts. 87 looked the same way every time. There's a guy upstairs that's saying, hey, coach, that dude ain't really trying to block. We can go get it. Right? If you go look at the previous punt, what did they do? They lined everybody up on the line of scrimmage, and they didn't rugby punt it. He kicked it straight and he shanked it. Right? He shanked that punt. The next time they came to punt, number 6 went off by himself because 87. I just feel that the guy upstairs saw that that's lackluster blocking. We can get it. We can create some pressure because we saw. I don't even think they thought he was going to block it, but he could create pressure because he knew he was going to roll to his side because he was an Aussie kicker. We just want him to shank it. They just got lucky and blocked it.
But listen, he wasn't. Bro, the running back whiffed on the block too, man.
Of course,
two people missed that guy
because they never really pressed us, except the one time they tried to all out block it. They would go and they're like, it's like field goal, right? How many times field goal? Everybody take the one step, and then when they finally, then they go get it. What I was trying to say was, yes, that one play. But the guys upstairs, that's what their job is, to see where is the hole. Hey, this dude is not paying attention, coach. Just like I was telling him, watch this. If we're in cover 3, I'll just give you a quick coaching here. Cover 3 means nobody gets behind you deep. If you see OJ Frederick, they run in hitches, right? And you see OJ Frederick biting at it, right? He's stopping his feet. There's a guy upstairs saying, hey, coach, he ready to bite. We can get him with the hitch and go. That's why that shit works. Because there's a guy watching him. And guess what? If he never bites, you know what they're gonna say? Coach, we ain't got it. He's not gonna give us the hitch and go. And guess what the coach says on the sideline? Hey, dog, be careful. Watch that hitch and go. Watch that hitch and go. You getting lucky now. Watch that hit. That's all those. I don't think anybody went to Bowman during those other previous punts and said, bro, you got to get in front of that guy. They're going to try and block it. That's all I was really saying, was nobody coached him saying, coach me, coach, like, hey, bro, you can't be sleep out here, man. You got to get your body in front of this guy. And I know people don't realize that, but it's like.
It's just really ironic, man. Like, the villains all year long questioned Bowman and some, like, why was he out there? Like some of the times, like all year long, bro. Kind of like the Jacoby George thing. Like, bro, somebody's gonna have to get in front of this. Like, somebody gonna have to sit this man down, tell him something, hit him in the head with a skateboard. Something's gonna have to happen, and then they come back and bite you, dog.
So if we as villains and Coach Hayes and watching football, just TV, and we could see it, what do you think about the coaches? I mean, a national championship, Indiana probably not just looked at the game. They looked at all the special teams, the special teams unit. You know, they got quality control and analysts too. Yeah. They probably went through every punt and said, who is the fish? Because that's what we do on defense, meaning who is the weak link? Who can we exploit? And they probably went through every tape and said, that mofo don't be blocking for nothing. The same way the villains could sit on their TV and watch it one time. They got 17 different angles of it. The front, the back, the left, the right, the Spidey cam, the close-up, the big. And they were like, got him. And they exploited it. That's coaching. That is coaching. That's coaching.
They were better than us that day, bro. I mean.
I don't know about that.
They was. I mean, they were better than us. They were a better cohesive team than we were.
That's fair. I don't think we gave our kids an opportunity. When I say kid, I don't think we gave our players the best opportunity to win that game. Knowing, I look at that football game and I look at all of the opportunities we had and how we didn't take advantage of them. Bro, when I tell you football is a numbers game, all it is how can I split 11? That's all you're looking at. How can I get more people to one side of the ball than you have? But we both got 11 on 11. And it used to be just 10 on 11 with quarterback kind of out. Now he's part of the run game. Not one time did we ever pull Carson Beck to run it. I need 3 feet from you, Carson Beck. They weren't paying him no attention, bro.
Wasn't it odd that Carson Beck some games decided to Ohio State, that motherfucker, he was running. And then some games it was like he forgot how to run. I asked him after the game, after Ohio State. I was like, hey, bro, you look like that dang on Steve Young out there today. What was that about? And he just was like, some games call for me to run street. I'm just going to go out there. I'm going to go out there and do, you know what I'm saying, do what the game called me to do. Indiana come around. Now I'm going to tell you this. For anybody, if you've never been to a national championship with those prices, I'm sure most of y'all have it, right? Hayes. The energy in that building, dog, before that game started, it is a different atmosphere.
It was crazy, man.
That game, the energy in the building is a different atmosphere, and I can see how it's the stage. Big time players come play big time games. Like it's a stage, and if you built for it, you know what I'm saying. If you built for it, you're gonna show out. But if you're not, you're
gonna fold.
You gonna fold, bro. Dog, the energy in that place was like before that game started, bro. Like you got two fan bases. It's like this is not a game where you can tell who's gonna win. Mm-hmm. Everything's on the line. Ain't nobody else practicing this week. We the only two teams left, and that's what it felt like.
That's big time right there.
Yeah, dog, the energy felt like. I walked past George Bush on the way to my goddamn get in the game. Where's George, baby? Y'all, George Bush, he limping and shit. Mm-hmm. No, dog. So the stage is real. That stage in the Ole Miss game felt. Lamar Thomas walked up to me like, "Straight, this feels like a national championship." Mm-hmm. The energy was real. Mm-hmm. No, so listen, 100%. Man, you get up out of here, man. I sat in here with you long enough. Your hard back run from go rub on some.
I'll be there. It's only 2.5 hours. That's perfect. That's what I said I'm gonna do. 2.5. I really said 1.5, but like I say, nah. Like I say, man, Street. Nah, we had a good time, man. We come on, and that was just my thing. Is I think
you don't think it was a mistake. You think it was you think they just outcoached us. They out schemed us. Yeah.
They were not better than, bro. They didn't do anything special. They didn't do anything new. We saw what they did. We just didn't use and that's what surprised me. We didn't use our physicality. We talked about being physical. They couldn't stop. We talked about, everybody talked. They only rotate 13, 14 players.
We didn't do nothing with it. We ain't do nothing with it.
Down. Rope-a-dope. We got 3 running backs. Like everything that we said is our superpower. We like Superman. Nah, I'd rather walk. You can fly? I'd rather roll. Everything that our superpower, we ain't gonna use. Think about it. They only use 13, 14 guys on defense. So I mean, they only bring in 3 guys. Wear them down. We got Mark Fletcher. We got Marty Brown. We even had Pringle. We did everything different.
We ain't do nothing with it. We ain't do nothing with it. We did like every other team, 13, 14 guys. We ain't do nothing with it.
Nothing. And as bad as we played in the first half, I just showed them at the beginning of the third quarter, it was 10-7. They were about 3
points. Yeah.
Wasn't crazy. Wasn't nothing crazy, but it is what it is.
You know what, dog? You know what bothered me was like all week long when we were interviewing them and I was around their team, like in the media. The media day, bro, they just threw us in the room with the teams. They came in one by one, but the teams was just walking around and you could just walk up to them and like most of the players and just interview them. And they seemed so unthreatening, dog.
They're not a big
Talking
team.
To the coaches, like, dog, I interviewed the coach Shanahan and I interviewed Pons and like they seemed so unthreatening and I started to worry. Because I remember when friend girl said she saw him at the Heisman, the house, there was such a brand of brothers. And then when the lady said she went to their practice that night before and she started crying, she was talking about how they were hugging each other and how they were this band of brothers. And I was like, man, something is brewing here, dog. Like, no, they got something brewing that I can't see.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not taking any credit away from what Kurt Signetti did, bringing them guys from James Madison. They, as people like to say, getting it out the mud. But, bro, that don't got nothing to do with us being more physical than them and we not being physical. Like, I get it. Listen, if you put me in a Ferrari and you put Mario Andretti in a doggone Dodge Neon, I'm going to whoop him every time. He is the better driver, but I got the better machine. You get what I'm saying? So I get the whole.
They were more physical with us, bro. They sit their running backs downhill on out.
Offensively,
they're physical disowned us, actually.
we didn't impose our physical offensively. And when we popped it,
Right.
it's like we said, nah, let's just run some more screens. And I'm like, bro, we got 2 running backs that's 220 something pounds. We got 2 of them. Most people got 1. They 6'2", 6'3", 220. And both coming back, so they young. I guarantee they don't have one Markel Bell over there.
No.
Exactly. No. They ain't got a Francis Mauigoa. I'm talking about just body size, body composition. Not a Francis Mauigoa over there. Just body composition.
Mm-mm.
And we ain't say, hey, that's almost like George Foreman trying to fight like Floyd Mayweather.
And Floyd and George Foreman out there dancing around.
That's what I'm saying. Well, you better lean on this dude and give him some.
He out there dancing around. Hit me. Yeah. Hit me. Can't catch me, can't see.
Oh, like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Huh? I'm so quick. I hit the light. I'm in the bed for the room get dog.
No, man. No, we said, dog. We said, hey, man, why nobody hasn't taken advantage of? Because they 3-and out your ass. They show you something. They show you something. They give you the 6-yard pass, 5-yard pass, and we just kept taking it. And they just kept corralling.
Here go the crazy part. I'm looking at it. We averaged 6.5 yards a play. They averaged 4.4.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
We only ran 53 plays. They ran 72.
Of course, that's the stat. The other average shit come from that long 70-yard run.
Bro, we didn't convert any third downs until the second half. We only turned 3 of 11 on the third down.
Yeah, we was 3. They would get their ass off the field.
But we would, guess what? And our defense running right back out. But anyway, man.
Man, hey, man, when that game was over, bro, that game was over, man, I walked on the field, and I never knew how the confetti got in the air. I never knew, right? I never really knew how the fuck it was always raining confetti. And, bro, you talking about a bad scene with our players walking off the field, going into the locker room, and the confetti just coming down. And the cannons go off. And the backdrop is red and white confetti, bro. Listen, I was a bad media guy and I didn't even go down to their celebration. That is a bad media. Like what was it's a national championship. I didn't even go down there. I'm like, no, I did a bad job that night. But it was just like, this was not supposed to end like this. You got the kid crying. You got the everybody like consoling them, the old school dudes consoling them. And it's raining red and white confetti in Miami, bro.
And you know the sad part, I think the part that hurts me the worst, Street, is I don't care. I know what you said, but they were not the better team. They were not better than us in regards to talent, physicality, speed.
On paper, we were light years better than them.
Not even play design, bro. Not even in play design. They did it. One thing I'm gonna I give them a lot of credit. I've never seen anybody RPO the corner. Now I give them credit on that, but we never adjusted. We stayed in that cover 3, and we have been. This is what I'm going back to. We've been out talenting people, if that's even a word, all year, making plays. And you got a guy that I think Mendoza's a little cerebral, and he understood it. When we pressed him, he had to pull off. We gave him different looks. It confused him, but we never gave him look. I remember I used to tell you this, Street. Remember I asked you to do this one time? I said, Street, do me a favor. The next time you're there and we're on a TV timeout, what did I ask you to do about the defense? Go look and see how long the defense is lined up out there before this ball is snapped. Remember I asked you to do that? I know you probably haven't done it.
Yeah.
But you remember me asking that?
Yeah.
Bro, they're watching And the funny thing, they got this sky cam now. I'm looking at the TV timeouts now. It's got it all on there. We are lined up, and it's still 1 minute left on the doggone clock. So the coordinator's like, oh, okay, look, they in the cover 3. He back here. Boom. He done changed the whole play for Mendoza.
We done showed them personnel.
We standing out there waiting for them on a TV timeout and it's tour. That's coaching. That's what people don't see on the camera, on the TV. That's what you see at a game. See, I didn't realize that till I went to the game and said, I'm like, bro, why are we already out in our formation? And I'm looking at Underwood, who's the guy with the red shirt. You know who Underwood is? He used to be a referee.
Yeah.
He the one who hold it. Yeah, he used to hold the sign up at the Hard Rock. He probably still do it. And I'm looking at Underwood holding the sign up, and it'd be like 147. And our players standing out there fixing their gloves, the corners. He already know what side OJ Frederick gonna be on. You know what side this dude gonna be. You know what Ruben Bay gonna be. Right? I'm just saying. Those are the nuances of coaching. And that's the edge you're always trying to get when you're coaching. I just need, if I could get 6 plays I could cheat on like that, might be the difference in the game, Street.
It could be a difference in the game. See, our one play was almost a difference in the game.
And guess what? And those are things people don't think about until it happens to you. You don't think about, damn, why are my dudes standing out here? Oh, he called a timeout. No, he called a timeout because he showed me last time what he was going to be in. Let me get a timeout right here because I need to convert this deal. More than I need the timeout so I get my, I'm getting my play, but I'm going to see what they're going to line up in first. Oh, let me see. Jacoby Thomas to the short side of the field. That's when they run 3 invert. All right, perfect. Let's go. I got 3 invert beaters right here. Hey, Mendoza, this is what we're running. Hold up. Poiser is to the boundary. Oh, Ruben Bain to the short side of. Oh, here we go. Let's go. That's football, though.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that people will never see.
Facts.
Yeah. Joy Eastler, appreciate it. Indiana looks so slow on the TV for the 199. Thank you. Street, let's get up out of here, man.
Yo. What was that, man?
Tell Mario to call me, man. I gotta talk to him about something. Coach might need a job.
You got your 199? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll put it up there. 199. Appreciate it. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Much love. Y'all check us out. We got good things coming. Street, plug your stuff, man. If you got it.
Oh, man, come follow your boy. Listen, go follow on Facebook. K Street. Me and Kia done start our own page, man. We done start our own page where we doing like me and Kia, man. We started our own page where we doing a little funny stuff, man, on Facebook, man. So go follow us, man. K Street.
Is up now?
Yeah. We doing a little funny stuff.
Hold up. It's on Facebook only or YouTube?
It's only on Facebook. It's only on Facebook now. I was testing it out.
How I find it? I'm gonna play something right now. You better have some content.
I got it for you right now, dog. I got it for you right now. I can pull it up, or you got to pull it up.
I don't know. That's what I'm looking for. How I find it on Facebook? Oh, I got y'all right here. K Street Creates.
Yep. Yeah. Y'all go follow us on Facebook, dog.
Oh, you finna be TikTok famous right now.
No, we don't. Hold up. No, we do. We got some funny stuff out there now. Hold
on. So which one you want me to show? She got a pink shirt on this one.
The pink shirt is her Super Bowl pick. She picked the Super Bowl winner.
Okay, now I want to find something fun. Let me see. Absent.
That was fun. That's funny.
Absent that day.
Absent. Do the Super Bowl one, and then you could do the one where she say this could save your life. That's funny too.
All right, hold on. Which one is this could save?
When she's sitting in the car.
Bro, how Master Pete inside? Is that you inside the thing? That's AI. That's AI.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Hold on, y'all got snow at the Hard Rock. This can say, All right, hold on. Y'all too. I see
K Street, dog. Go follow us, dog. KAYSTREET.
Hold on, I'm gonna put it up right now.
Spin off from Hayes Street on some different stuff.
Yeah, spin off like good times. Good times. You got the Jeffersons. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Ladies, I have some information that every woman should know. So I just found out that this is the universal sign of abuse. So whenever you're in a situation where you might be being abused and you need to let somebody know, remember you can.
Man, you doing the sign all wrong.
Y'all just help me. Help me, please. Help me.
All right, hold on.
Super Bowl tomorrow. We got Seattle. We got the Patriots. Baby, who you taking to Super Bowl tomorrow?
Seattle.
Why? Why?
Because look at their colors and then look at the Patriots colors. Nobody don't want them little boring colors. We go with Seattle. They got the wolf gray, the action green. Mm-hmm. You put those together, they look good together. They already know when you step on the field and you see them colors, you already know they about to win. Then you go look at the Patriots. They got the same boring colors we see all the time. New Century Silver. What is New Century Silver? And then they got red and blue. You see that all around. That's boring. Nobody don't want it. Even you got shoes that color. They all look. Remember I had this action green headband? I used to put my action green heels in that dress. You couldn't tell me shit with that on. That was the best. Now you can't never do that with no New Century Silver and red. It just won't work. Nobody ever walked in the store and looked for no nautical blue and no Century Silver outfit.
Right with you, man. Super Bowl tomorrow. We got.
That's funny.
She was right. She was right.
Yeah. Oh,
she was right.
That's funny.
Give it a grade, dog. Give it a grade, dog. We're gonna get better. But we're gonna do some lifestyle, create some of them just gonna be creativity stuff, man. I think yeah, man. I think that's the road I want to walk down. I think it's pretty funny.
Street.
And I think a lot of people relate to that stuff.
No, that's good. That's funny. I'm glad. Hey, that's funny. She got in front of the camera though.
She always told me she could act, and I used to be like, man, whatever, because she's one of them people who school came easy. She could take the real estate test in a week. Like, I put a camera on her, and she's like her daughter. You know, her daughter was the first girl on football field.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, but she acted a lot better than I thought.
You better talking about, man, your hands
man, just help me.
Like this, man.
Please. Somebody help. Please help. That's it. Y'all talking about.
Man, just shut up. Well, Ellen V, y'all gotta clap it up for Ellen V. God dang, she fast, boy.
Ellen V is fast, fool.
Clap it up for Ellen. She went to Facebook, found the link.
You know how she found that? How she found that? You know, it's a new page. They bury us in I don't even know how she found it.
She got a supercomputer, dog.
But y'all make sure y'all go follow us, man.
She got a Tandy 3000 from Radio Shack. That y'all still work. Anyway, man, we up out of here, man. Street, appreciate it, dog. 327 people in the building climbing, man. We all over the place. Make sure you go hit the like, share, subscribe button, notification bell, all that good stuff. And man, y'all go check out K Street off in there. All right, man, I like it. Kid gonna have you in the background, mate, cutting up all type of video. You gonna be back there straight editing.
They need to put Coach Hayes' mama in the booth. Coach Hayes' mama is the spotter. Coach Hayes' mama took goddamn high school 4-state championships from the goddamn booth. Why haven't they called your mama, Hayes? Huh?
Because she had cataract surgery.
She can't see no more.
Can't see no more. She got cataract surgery.
You ain't get the binoculars.
Yeah,
can't see no more.
Oh, that's my good eye. That's my good eye. Cataract surgery.
Dang.
Anyway, we better get up off here, man. Appreciate it, dog.
To get me, man.
He knew what time it was. Anyway, we about to get up out of here. Appreciate y'all. Much love to everybody, man. Hey, don't hang up, dog. Stay still. Stay on the. Listen, man. Appreciate y'all, everybody, man. Thank y'all coming through. We getting back in the saddle. We rocking and rolling. Come check us out. We're gonna talk Kane. We're gonna bring in other stuff. We got the Coach Hayes. We talk about the hot topics and stuff or whatever it is. Might be Coach Hayes reacts. I don't know. Everybody got to reinvent themselves, man, when a new season comes. But my beloved Miami Hurricanes gonna be fine. But who would I be if I ain't talking about it? All that being said, man, maybe Coach Cristobal will start coming on. He doing all his media tour stuff. Come on to the Miami Hurricane podcast, Coach. Damn, you got my phone number? Huh? You used to call me when you wanted Torrey Williams. You called me when you wanted Emmanuel Soren. You called me when you want to talk to Antoine Bond. Coach, call me, man. Come on the show, man. Stop playing. Who is J.D. Piquel? Much love to him, dog. But he ain't from the trenches. Like, come on, man. I'm a dog. He got an ear to the street. Come on, man. Coaching here. I'm your favorite coach. Favorite coach. So with all that being said, we out here, man. Peace. Much love. Go Canes. Man, that boy tripping, boy. No, get off, Street. Street, get off. They can see you, Street. Get off, Street. We out here. Boy, that boy almost messed it up, boy. I'm glad that boy had. Never mind. You put the baby oil down. What you doing, dog? Oh, nah.